All right, we are live now, so say what you want to say. So we're going to do a review show today of Endgame and After America, North Carolina versus Virginia. I forgot who it was first. Sorry about that. No disrespect, Virginia, but like full disrespect, Virginia. So anyway, but yeah. So I mean, I'm pretty sure this is going to go live already because I think I adjusted my settings. So we're fucking. Oh yeah, we're fucking. We are actually like live and public, so people can actually see us and talk to us. It's great. And Rob Maryland says, "What's up, nerds?" So
what up, Robbie?
We're just talking about all the fun we had at the games. Like,
oh yeah,
it's the first time I ever shot a producer in the ass during a game. I was very happy with that one. Like that was so great. I shot Walt. I shot Justin, but he about took me on with a fucking rocket. It was right behind my head. It grazed my shoulders. I'm like, ooh, and I got 9-ball in the ass. Like I got 9-ball like perfectly in the middle of the ass. I was so happy about that one. So I had fun. But I didn't shoot any teammates on accident this time, so that was great.
It was all on purpose.
Well, that was definitely on purpose. I almost got Jason.
Everyone, it's on purpose.
Jason was in the barn on his knees, head poked through a hole. I'm like, like right there. I didn't take a shot though, and my voice is jacked up in case anybody can't tell. So, but anyway,
let's talk about Endgame. That's the first one, right?
Since Walt was there, Walt was at both, so he can talk about both of them.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. Let's talk about the breaking news though. So like WWE got bought.
What?
Ooh,
yeah. What?
Oh.
The UFC is going to be a damn billionaire giant now. Dana White scored some good shit in that one.
Yeah, because it's what Endeavor, I guess. So they own them both now.
Got any more of those tanks? Is he saying got any more of those tank memes?
Those tanks.
So
I've got some more coming up.
Cupcakes over here.
That was actually
three on the way. Dude,
that was actually a very nice tank they made. Actually, it was like two little bicycles.
So is Brock Lesnar going to be like UFC champion and WWE champion at the same time?
I don't know how that works.
It'd be wild if they just didn't tell like the WWE guys that they were going up against like real fighters, and then they're just walking there just getting mauled.
Jesus.
John Jones shows up, starts kicking everybody's ass. Like, oh man.
Hell, it worked for CM Punk, right?
Well, he didn't do very good in MMA. So.
Well, I mean, in his defense, I mean, you're what? You're mid-30s. You want to pick up, UFC fight with no background. Yeah.
Plus, he had a fine-ass wife, and I don't know why you would like want to fight somebody when you got a fine-ass wife. I would be like, I'm gonna sit home. I'm gonna do some like pro wrestling, and I'm gonna hang out and like fucking drink some beer and bang my wife. Like that'd be good stuff. That'd be my job. I wouldn't want to get hit in the face on purpose. But anyway,
it's rough to even get into the sport because I used to do it like when I was in my 20s. From 23 to 26, I fought semi-professional. Made a lot of money doing it, and I'm gonna tell you what, dude. I got invited out to Vegas. Actually fought for a team in Vegas for a little while, trying out for a team. I didn't make it, but I still got to try out and get like a free trip to Vegas. Got to fight down in Miami, got to fight in like New York, Tennessee. I did a lot of different traveling like with the sport. Loved it, man. But dude, 36 is not the age to ever try to like. At 26, I was told in Vegas that I was too old to be like going into the real professional leagues. Like I was doing smoker fights. I was doing like paid smoker fights, like basically like tough mans. Like we were almost like guppy painters. We would be like, hey, we're going to be like the final fight before somebody wins that prize money. And you get a guaranteed this much money just for fighting. But if they beat you, we're not trying to hand them that $15,000 check. We had that type of stuff going on. But it's not a late man sport. Like I trained for a year and a half and still got my ass kicked. Like my first, 7-8 fights just got decimated. Didn't even know, like, felt like it was like you feel like at the first 30 seconds into that fight, you're like, I've trained so much for this, and I feel like it's been 10 minutes, and you're like, it's been 30 seconds. My God, what am I going to do? And then you just feel like you're drowning the rest of the way through it. It's rough.
Gucci, the all-Canadian Gucci Greg.
Well, hello. Mic check.
Maybe that's professional too.
Mic check. I got no snare in my headphones. No snare.
Oh, you gonna freestyle for us? Drop some beats. Go ahead, Greg.
Yo. My name is Gucci Greg. I don't like pegs. Mess with me, you'll be dead.
This show has gone off the rails early.
I mean, I'm working on it.
Yeah, a little more work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Keep it up.
So I guess we can talk about Endgame, I guess.
Yeah, let's talk about Endgame.
We got more people showing up to this thing, all right? Like we got 2 or 3 more people getting ready to show this show, so like we're gonna have a wild one here.
Shut up, Rob.
Our fact checker's showing up soon, so he's all the way in New Jersey being weird and shit if I can get a spray tan. But anyway, I want to open up the whole Endgame thing. Like,
all right, let's go.
Endgame, I'm gonna go tell you right now, I had some fuck ups. Mark Moon will be on it. Mark Moon will be on a few. So like I had some fuck ups in Endgame. Like I set the spawn up wrong on the first phase. And
I appreciate that.
We were able to like readjust. Like Lomax actually saved the day and helped me. Him and Gibson. They helped me save the day, and like we fixed that and got it back to normal. And then in the second phase, didn't realize if one team got to that wooded area first, they would just spawn trap the shit out of the other team. So once again, Lomax stepped in again and helped me out, and we cleared it out. And I think everybody had a good time with that. Like there wasn't that many complaints. Like the referees did an amazing job. Like the first game I've ever been to where nobody said bad things about the referees, and that's amazing. Like Lomax did a great job.
Yeah, I mean I had fun. It's a good time.
I think there was one kid at 10:48, 48 minutes into the game, came in and turned his ID card and everything in, and his rental tank in, because he thought there'd be more people and it wasn't worth playing. All right.
And he was a rental?
He had a rental tank. He didn't have a rental gun.
Oh, okay. All right.
we got a badass over here. Calm down.
Yeah. I'm not wasting my time with this.
Yeah, I was like, all right. I think he was probably 15 or 16 or something like that. I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't hear any complaints from anybody else. Like the old guys, like the old trauma guys, the old pro players, the gridlock guys.
Oh, they were happy as shit.
Because like they got to come out to a scenario game where all they got to do is shoot people. They were so happy.
All smiles.
Like it came to the final battle. I was like, what we do next? I'm like, you're going to the mountains for 30 minutes, like unlimited kills. Like they big ass smiles in old dudes' faces. I'm like, oh shit, dude.
He's like, everybody on the mounts? Yep.
Yeah, it was amazing. 30 minutes is a little too long because, people were getting tore up.
Yeah, it's kind of small for 30.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can say for the most part, like Gibson, like said, everybody he talked to loved the game, and I guess it's because I kept it simple and let everybody shoot each other. Like there weren't that many rules or regulations or anything. It's like, hey man, go out and hit the stick, kill some people, find some.
Nobody reads rules anyways.
Yeah,
I get it all.
I can confirm no one reads the rules.
Oh, I'm reading rules. I'm reading rules for that game in March next year.
They're not as much as they're like guidelines,
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Look at the full house we got. We still got one more coming. Oh shit.
What?
So Mr. Ben, after producing your first game, how do you feel now? I'm not going to air how you felt before it. You can do that. But how does your feelings now after producing your first game?
I'm still, I don't know, man. Like, I'm probably gonna I got that one in September, and I'm probably gonna feel the exact same way. Like at the end of that one, and it's gonna take me a couple days to feel better about it. Just the way it is, man. I'm a very negative person when it comes to stuff I do.
Let's just
Like,
call it
everything's-
what it is. You're very emotional. You're
That
an
sounds
emotional
healthy.
boy.
No way, I'm not emotional.
You're an emo child. You're just missing purple highlights in the beard.
I can swim my hair
Probably
over
a
this
set
time.
of goggles. Probably a set of swimming goggles should be part of your regular outfit.
Like I can't help it, man. Like I get weird about stuff.
So Ben,
Like-
what would you say your big takeaway is from the game? Like, what would you say to somebody else that wants to promote a game or start a game? What's your advice?
Get you
Gotta be
a
advice.
fucking get you a head ref like Lomax and pay him money, whatever the fuck he wants, and have that dude control whatever goes on that field. Like I'm shitting you not. Like without Lomax on that field that Saturday, that game could have gone fucking south real fast. Like
Oh,
that is number one behind. That is the main thing I learned was that head ref job. You got to lock down somebody good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate Ben giving control to his head ref. A lot of producers don't do that.
yeah. I need to hire Lomax.
Look at the lawnmower model showing up.
What's up, buddy?
Nine ball. How's the ass feel?
What's up? It's Nightfall.
What up?
So yeah, that's number one. That's number one. Is you get you a referee that will control the shit. Like he had all his referees. He had them. He got them talked to. He told them what they're doing, where they're going to be. Had them on the radio talking to him.
Do you want to exit?
And like I said, nobody complained about the refs from what I heard.
No, I can't think of any complaints.
I think step number two would be like, yeah, you do. That's a good shot. Anyway, like prepare your game. Like don't just come out there and be like, I'm gonna make a game and like walk away from it. Like you gotta actually like prepare for it. Give yourself time. Develop the game. Like write the story you want to write. Like don't let anybody else that you don't trust into the cookie dough. Like do your own thing, but make it your thing. Give it time. Like I started early, and then I would every so often I would revisit it. Hey, we should do this instead. We should do this instead. I talked to certain people. Andrew Gibson was one of them. Brandon Chance was one of them. Tim, I talked to you about some stuff. Like I got a lot of good ideas from you guys. I appreciate that. Like I know Brandon. I mean Burnden.
Burnden.
He produced one of my favorite games ever done. Three Kings. So I definitely took some stuff out of his game, and I asked him about stuff like because that's one of the things you got to have people that'll help you out. Flip, man, like Flip. You get you a Flip also. Get you a Flip Wilson
Yeah, those are hard to come by.
that will show up to the fucking field and will do every damn thing there all at one time. Like I shit you not. I showed up Saturday morning. Deadbox is setting up. Flip's in a boom truck, running airlines. Flip gets out of the boom truck. He's in a fucking bulldozer, riding there and doing shit. I'm like, all right, Flip's all of a sudden Flip's on the damn lawnmower cutting grass so Tim can park his RV.
Yeah. He's like, hold on, man. Let me knock that grass down real quick.
Gets a
It's like,
chainsaw
all right,
out.
bud.
Gets a chainsaw out. Cuts trees. Gets in the fucking skid steer. Starts moving shit around with that thing. I'm like, Flip didn't stop moving, man. Like Friday, Flip. I swear he probably slept all day Saturday because that dude did so damn much at the field the other day.
Which
Like, he
brings
was
us
just
to
doing
our
everything.
next topic: the worldwide Adderall shortage.
He added bunkers to the fields, like all those water jugs and everything. Flip did all that shit. Like Flip was being behind the scenes, and Lomax running those refs. That's what you need. You need a Lomax and a Flip, and don't try to steal my Lomax and don't try to steal my Flip. Saturday, September 30th, they got jobs. For that weekend, they got jobs.
They're busy.
Like maybe if you guys want to throw some money at them, tell them to help you out with your game. They probably wouldn't mind.
I've never seen Lomax turn down a penny.
Well, it's
Yeah.
well, but I say like I think it's mainly and like making props, make props, like put love into the game. Put like I literally enjoy Marvel and Endgame and the whole story that was told for 10 years. I literally I love that shit. Like I was so damn happy. Like Endgame showed up, and when Captain America grabbed that fucking Mjolnir, that's gonna be one of the highlights of my life for some reason. I don't know why. Goosebumps right up the fucking spine. Like I don't care. Like and like when he said Avengers Assemble, that wasn't so much. But like when Falcon showed up, like it's like on your left, man, goosebumps on your back on your spine again, man. Like that's just. So I actually enjoy the in-game theme, and then
I think-
Stevie made those fucking props. The
stones.
stone,
Mhm.
and we gave them away to people. That shows that the field's actually trying to do shit. And then I'm gonna shit on Tim's game real fast. Player ID cards, damn it. Player ID cards. Something small, man. But it's gonna give people something to talk about. Like it gives you something like, I went to this game. Here's my ID card.
The Infinity Stones were your awards?
No.
Nah,
The
man.
Infinity
They were
Stones,
scattered around the field.
you picked them up, and
Yeah, if you
the
found
card-
them, you got to keep them.
Stevie and Gibson came with an idea for me because I was just gonna have cards out in the field, cards with lanyard. Well, if you found an Infinity Stone, you picked it up. You got to keep the stone, but you gave the card to your general. But
that's cool.
and I'm not really shitting on your game, Tim. But like, I'm just saying like player ID cards are a big thing for me. I know personally. I know some other people like Jason Manning plays cards too. It's one of those things that it's like a little extra free touch. Like here, man, you guys actually like showed up. I appreciate you. Here's something to hold by. I know a lot of people throw them away,
I collect all mine.
Yeah, I keep all mine too.
Yeah, all
I got
mine are
one,
in my gear bag.
And I think that's something that you don't see at some games. Is like I think it makes such a big difference when you have those when you can tell somebody put some time into like the props. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think it's such a difference when you go and there's like a cool mission with a cool prop opposed to like, let's go capture this thing that's clearly like just they've used for 35 years and is like all beaten up and just sucks. You know what I mean? Like a G.I. Joe action figure, like go get the G.I. Joe and bring it back. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's something a lot of people don't do with their games that I like to see from, these games are like the props are cool. It's different. And it makes it a better experience. Yeah, I mean, it makes it a way better experience to have like cool stuff to do opposed to just like go sit at a slapstick. So I think that's
the biggest thing about Tim and Ben's games is like the props and the amount of time that you guys put into the story and all the roles and all the ideas. Like that's huge, man. Like it really gives you like a lot of strategies, a lot of options, a lot of things to think about. It's not just like, oh, go take this area for 5 minutes, or hey, at this time we're going to check this slapstick. A lot of that stuff just becomes really boring and repetitive. But whenever you have options and you can really utilize those strengths, like that's crazy. Like it changes everything.
Hey, Mark, what are you cooking?
I'm making pancakes.
Hell yeah.
Lomax want to know.
I'm making pancakes and sausage.
Breakfast for dinner. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Tim's props straight up blow everybody out the water. Like Tim's got some ridiculous props there. Like what the fuck? Here, guard this box. What's inside it? A giant ass drill. Like what the hell? Like I went down there. We were down beside. I was like,
you see a huge ass satellite just sitting over there. You're like, what the hell's that?
Like I went down there. Like I thought we were going to grab the box. I was like, I walked down there. I put my gun up. I'm like, walked over to him. I'm like, man, this is gonna suck. But yeah, I'm glad we just had to protect it. Protecting it was so much better.
Last year that we did this, didn't you have like jelly or something like that in one of the guys?
I had a dummy and I cut his torso. I had like a big open, like big foam torso, and it was full of slime. Yeah, had a prop you had to go inside of it and get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Hell
We had more this year. There was 2 buckets actually filled with slime that had some little power cells you had to dig out, but I don't think anybody found them.
Someone say tank.
Nobody found Ben's hammers either. So
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
or the shields.
yeah.
The shields, like I kind of hope nobody's fine because like I put them in drain pipes right at the beginning of the woods, so like you would run by them, but like they were visible. I put some stuff on the hammers. I actually put inside like those bunkers that were made out of sticks. I put them inside there. You can see them, but you had to get up on it.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm glad nobody found those.
Dude,
I
I
probably
thought
went by them a
lied
dozen
to me about
times.
the damn stones because like they told us, they put us in the wrong spot, and we were like, "Yo, is it possible that they're back then?" It's like, "No, that's the boundary," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, shit." So we're like, me and Tim are walking around. I've got like other people pulling off the fight, so like come and look for the stones and stuff.
Hey, Walt, did you ever find your rockets?
No, I could never find those, man. I swear I think it's kind of marked on them.
Found
I
2
found my
buckets of slime I told them on minefield.
That's got to be my highlight though. So if you guys have been I came up with a stupid idea, and sometimes in paintball the stupidest ideas work. We had like a 10-man drop, and I was like, okay, so 10 minutes, or like not even like 10 minutes left. I'm gonna get like a bunch of guys to go over there. We're gonna drop in. We're gonna try to steal the slapsticks at the last minute. Well, the guys that I had set up to do it were nowhere to be found whenever that 10-minute rolled. So I'm like walking out, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna go do it by myself. And I'm like walking up, and my brother's, walking up, and 9 Ball's walking up, and I'm like, okay. They're like, where are you going? I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do a self drop. I'm gonna just drop myself over there and try to get any slapsticks I can. And they just looked at me like, no, you're stupid. Don't do that. Well, then of course Tim walks up, and we're like, hey, Tim, you want to go do some stupid stuff?
Hell yeah!
Tim's like, yep. So we basically show up 4 deep, and we walk in there with the referee. By the way, whoever my referee was, that kid was on point, man. He was like my shadow the entire weekend. It was awesome. But he like walks us in. I send my brother Mike and Susanna 9 Ball over to the side, and I'm just walking around messing with Mark. I'm like, hey man, have you seen my rocket? And Tim is like looking for somebody's cell phone. And
Well, I had my pod. I was looking for pods.
Well, at one point we were also trying to find like an iPhone, I guess, that legitimately.
Yeah. A kid actually did lose an iPhone.
He did find it though.
Yeah, he did.
So we're walking around, and I'm just like constantly walking up next to Mark, and Mark's got me like freaking dead to rights everywhere I move. And I'm like, oh, buddy, we're a little jumpy today, aren't we? And I'm, hey, man, you see my rocket, dude? Come on, man. It's no fun if I can't find my rockets. Well,
He threatened to shoot me in the nuts.
About a
That was your
minute left,
toe.
I call
Thank
over
you.
to the referee.
Oh,
I'm just
sorry.
like, well, just drop it. So my brother and 9 Ball tag the ref and just drop in, and I'm just sitting there like this, my hand next to Mark. Like, I didn't know this was gonna happen. I'm an idiot. And sure enough, man, they managed to get it back. And if only we would have held it for 10 seconds, we would have got it. But man, they were all over him, and it was probably my highlight play of the weekend.
That was a lot of fun to end out phase 1.
So Chris, bunch of Vals said here someone had a sensitive item stolen twice, and by sensitive item he means tank. All right, look, man. In Virginia's defense, and we were gonna have a Virginia guy on tonight. I don't know where he's at. Goat somewhere. In Virginia's defense, they only outnumbered us 4 tanks to 0, and they only had 103 more players than us. So,
Victory, Ben.
That's my boss, man. He's pulling your shit. He knows what happened.
Like they barely outnumber us by 103 people. So we can't rag on too hard. And also this comment right here from Justin. I did get married this weekend. She's inherited half the ProFlex collection, and I gotta buy her a lawnmower soon. But hey, whatever.
Congratulations.
Can it be pink with glitter? Make it
hopefully
pink
she's
with
good
glitter.
dogs. Hopefully she's good with
Ooh.
dogs because you got 3 monsters that need.
Well, she's
Yeah,
got one
mother-
already, so she's
Yeah,
gonna be the husband. I'm gonna be the wife, so we're gonna be good.
Yes.
the
Yes.
next-
Cupcake did barrel tag me with my own gun at Endgame.
Wow.
Piece of
Well,
shit.
I mean, I'm a nice guy. It was raining. I was sitting out just drinking a couple beers, and he didn't want to take his electro out. So I said, "Well, here, just take my EMAC out." And then Walt comes by and goes, "Hey, let's go do something stupid." I said, "Well, I don't have a gun, but I'll go."
Seemed to be the theme of the weekend.
Yeah.
That's it.
That'd be fun. Like, so
The other
yeah,
thing was me and Mark were hanging out a lot, and like Tim would come by, or not Tim, Ben would come by and be like, "Dude, you guys, what are y'all doing?" I'm like, "Oh man, we're just eating lunch." You know, it's really weird seeing two opposing generals eating lunch together, having like a burger.
We're having a beer and
Spy.
leave me alone.
Yeah.
I also want to give a little shout out also to Scott from DSR Photos. That dude took some
Oh,
major
yeah.
league awesome
Yeah, you got
photos.
some good shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I missed him.
Dude with the busted leg from Headhunters was actually his
Oh,
name's
yeah, Ride or
Ryder
Die.
Die. I don't know his real name, but it's Ryder Die. That dude,
Yeah, right. Exactly.
that damn knee was the most bruised thing I ever seen in my life. Like entire knee was bruised. Dude limped off the field. I had to put him in the wagon. We had to carry him to his. Me and Tim carried him to his tent. But that dude was out there being a medic last weekend, like running around everywhere. Yeah, dude, he's good to go.
Damn.
Gerard Jones, like I couldn't believe it. Like, okay, look, a black dude with a big ass red bruise on his knee was scary as shit to me. I'm like, that thing was huge, like entire knee covered in bruise. I'm like, I was like, this dude's not gonna walk for a while. But he's back up at it.
You know, it was the award that he got. That's why I was ready to roll.
That's what, yeah. And then also like Miguel from STI, him and his kid were up there, covered the fuck up in paint for the final battle. I appreciate that. Eric Bryant was like ridiculous. Like he had that the horn barrel, whatever it's called, and he was just covered in fucking paint. He sent me the pictures, like got a bruise on his forehead, he has huge bruise on his neck and everything. Dude's got free entry to all my games from this point on. That's exactly what I wanted out of my game.
That was
He looked like Rainbow Sherbert. He had all the colors mixed all over him.
He just kept pushing, man. He gets shot out, he go to the back, come back up. I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah, he wasn't playing around.
Like I really do appreciate everything that the game. Like, yes, I was a little down on myself afterwards because I did fuck up a little bit at the game, and like
it happens.
It happens for sure.
I may have said I was never going to do another game, but apparently I am doing another game in September. So yeah, September game. I'm gonna try to do some fun shit for September. So hopefully it'll be an experience for everybody. Like it's also going to be a meat grinder because I'm not sure everybody's going to get shot up a lot in that game too. I'm setting up like it's not. We're gonna set different
spawn points.
What's that?
It's like you can get with them and fix some spawn points.
We're gonna change spawn points up this time. We're not gonna do the whole phase 1 in the woods, phase 2 in the kill house thing. We're changing up too.
Okay.
So we're gonna bring some shit to you this time. Like I said, it's gonna be I want to have an experience that isn't gonna be right by us game. Like it's a brand new thing. It's gonna be fun, I think.
And once we actually got up into the kill house area on phase 2, that field played great.
Oh yeah, like I tried to make it real small. That way, everybody's just shooting each other.
I mean, we had to walk 20 feet to find a fight, so I was down for it.
That's my whole goal in that game. Like I want to give you guys like phase 1 was like casually easing you into the final battle where you're just gonna get fucked up the whole time. So every phase got a little worse, and I think this next one it's gonna be even better because I'm gonna have you guys shoot each other like crazy.
So what was your initial plan, and then how did it not work?
Okay, so it actually did work better at phase 2. my idea, and I'm probably shooting myself in the foot by talking about it because it's one of my favorite moves that I love to do. Anytime I'm in charge of people, I run a crescent pattern. So what I'll do is I'll have guys go up to the top, and I'll have guys go at the bottom and kind of work in. It did sabotage pretty badly at phase 1. It didn't work out at all. Mark stopped that shit like in its tracks. But phase 2, I was able to send a good amount down into the wood line and send a good amount up into the ridge line, and then they just kind of filled in the gaps. The only problem is at one point in time, our guys were actually shooting at our guys down in the woods, thinking that they were enemy. So I had to like run and like kind of run along the trail and be like, you guys only shoot this way. You guys only shoot down this way. And then we crescented up, and I had no idea, but we ended up eventually kind of shooting into Mark's spawn. I didn't have any idea it was right there. So I had to go fix that shit real quick. I had to like run down that ridge line and be like, okay, everybody stop. Like, we're going to reposition. But everybody on the team.
Whoa.
Hold
on. Time out. You said you stop people from shooting into the other team's spawn?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Blasphemy.
Crazy.
I mean, Mark. All
right, continue.
Did you invent? You must have just invented that because I haven't.
No,
seen that.
he can verify it happened that way.
That hasn't happened at other games this year. I'm not gonna name any names.
Well, I had no idea because according to the map, their spawn was supposed to be at the entry point, but it was actually behind the fort. So we heard people yelling that they were shooting into our spawn, and I was like, "There's no damn way. Their spawn is by the entry point, you know." And then everybody's like, I walk around down there, and I'm like seeing everybody mad as hell at me, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up? My bad."
Flip wants to know what my favorite part of the weekend was.
Which weekend?
My favorite part of the weekend was pretty much the whole fucking weekend. Especially the part where I gave Jason Mann brain damage. so let's tell a story about Jason Mann here, who never does anything weird like that. But like all of a sudden out of nowhere, we're having a conversation in the Task Force Legion campsite, and I had been drinking quite a bit. And next thing you know, I hear the word "spider monkey," and I'm on the fucking ground, laying on top of Jason, who apparently he got knocked out. But he jumped on my back, like put all his weight on my back and fell.
Now you're downplaying that shit. So what happened was Ben was talking to Deadpool, and Jason just out of nowhere jumps on his back, and they took out a whole table. Like the whole table just went bloop. They went ass over elbows. 3 drinks got knocked all over the place, and every one of us in task force were like, "Time to go to bed." He straight up brought our party to a halt. Like it was just like done.
And I just got married minutes earlier, so that's a good part of my weekend too.
Nice.
I gotta find her a lawnmower now.
Hey, she loves. So little hint from one teammate. You know, a little bit of advice. She loves glitter. She loves it. And she likes just the stickiness of it. It's got to be pink glitter. She absolutely favorite thing in the world.
So we need a pink lawnmower covered in glitter.
Yes, that's it.
There you go.
Works for me.
That's hot.
And also everybody at Task Force Legion got to see my ass.
I've got a picture of it.
You show your ass to everyone all the time, Ben. What are you talking about?
I do. It's great. I love it. My ass is just—it's got the right amount of hair on it.
It's just the right amount.
I mean, it may or may not be making an appearance in some future memes that I'm working on. So I'm saying.
Wait till they show you the other picture. The one they're going to save. They saved one for you.
Oh, no.
No.
We don't. No.
If it can't be posted on Facebook, I don't want to see it.
It can be posted on Facebook. It can be posted
on Facebook. It's going to be banned.
Look, don't do anything that's going to send me into a rage whenever I see these guys next.
Anyway, back to our conversation about Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame.
I couldn't do it without the guys. Like I had a large support staff for Endgame, like Gibson, Lomax, Flip, all the referees. Man, like even Gibson went and got all those food trucks for everybody. Like Scott showing up doing all those pictures, like taking great pictures. Like everybody was. It was a great day of paintball for everybody. I guess it was for me. I just rode around and watched you guys get fucked up and rode around my lawnmower. But yeah, I have fun. But anyway, any other takeaways from ring games since Mark's not here anymore? And who was Gucci Greg?
Yeah, that was a good event, man. It was cool. Where's John, by the way? We're missing one of our Walts. We have 3 out of the 5 Walts.
Yeah.
He'll be here shortly.
Do we need to tell the Walt story?
You got
First of all, Flip wants to know who Gucci Greg is first.
Gucci Greg. That's my right hand man, the All Canadians New Jersey. Wait, I'm PA chapter of 13th Legionnaires, the All Canadians.
Yes, and lead referee from the event past weekend.
Yes, he's my head referee. Also, my business partner with Savage Patch Kids. Will be dropping some sweet merch hopefully later this year.
Dude, I'm down. I love the man. That is an awesome design.
We got all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah. So who are you, sir? Who are you?
Everybody knows who
Flip
Flip Wilson is.
Flip Wilson's a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know who you are. Yeah, you're good.
He's like, I know.
I've definitely seen you around. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I had fun at Endgame, and we're doing a game September 30th. Endgame Zombies. So it's gonna be fun.
Who's the general?
Same place. It's 1-day game. Come in there, get your ass kicked, take a break Sunday, go to work Monday.
Who's the generals for this Zombies game?
Right now we're working on it. It's tentative Cupcake from Headhunters, and John's gotta give me a name from LAPD if he can find one. How's the court case, Tim Grimstead?
We beat those charges.
Yeah, we called them out on their bullshit.
We clear.
That's good.
We said, "See you in court, bitch." They said, "No, we're good."
I chat GPT'd a good letter for them, so we're good.
ChatGPT is good for that. No
Mhm.
need for lawyers anymore.
No need.
Nah, man.
I don't think you can scare Cabbage Patch Kids lawyers. They probably make a lot of money.
Oh, I mean, they get paid definitely pretty well just to go look for shit, but you know, you're blaming me for a website that's not even mine.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good one. Like, so I guess as we're talking about, we might as well throw a story out there.
Sure.
So Tim and Greg here run the Savage Patch Kids. You know, they play paintball, wear some jerseys that were made by awesome dude. And
Nice patches.
they got a cease and desist letter from Cabbage Patch Kids about like competing brands being like confusing with each other, which doesn't really make sense because
No.
they still have Sour Patch Kids out there in the world and like Garbage Pail Kids.
If anything, we're more like Sour Patch Kids, yes, but
Yeah.
Let me
So
say,
it's a weird thing.
Cabbage Patch Kids are those stupid dolls from the 80s that literally have not been relevant in 35 years yet. Yeah.
I believe that was the letter I responded after I tried to be nice several times, and was like, I think you're confused. I think you're making a mistake. Blah blah blah. So he was like, no, you need to cease and desist and turn over websites, property, blah blah blah, the trademark and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay. First off, Cabbage Patch Kids haven't been relevant since the 80s. We make clothing for paintball players. I don't think anyone in America is going to confuse us.
Well,
I'll see you in court.
You were getting blamed for a website that wasn't yours.
Yeah, like it was like a Teesprings or some shit. Like some guy made a T-shirt or something. I don't know.
It was Savage Patch Kids T-shirts or something. So
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, this is the most anybody's even talked about Cabbage Patch Kids right now. I mean, like
well, since that one would eat some, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the 90s, there was one that would actually eat girls' hair. Like, do you remember that? The one that you could, like, feed the food?
Yeah.
Gotta get one of those.
Was that the Joe
that thing
Biden?
Like it was like
That's the Joe Biden version.
Kids, man.
Joe Biden version? Yeah.
Maybe Biden.
Here, you got a message here, Tim.
Yeah, that
So,
one's
hey,
that
Tim,
one sniffs hair.
you know there's
Yes.
another Savage Patch team young group of
Yes.
kids that do speed ball?
Yes, they're out of Wisconsin, and I own the name, but yes, I allow them to use it.
I'm going to be filing a cease and desist against them shortly.
So, quick message to Cabbage Patch Kids: if you're out there, show's always looking for sponsors. Depending on how much money, we'll kick these bozos off real quick.
Yep.
I got you, Ben.
4WO Shit Show brought to you by Cabbage Patch Kids.
Actually, at Endgame, there was 2 guys from Wisconsin, which is where that Savage Patch Kids, the youth team's from, and they had a jersey there and everything. I took a picture with it with my Savage Patch Kids jersey on. Took a picture with the kids thing, and we sent it to them.
Whose was cooler? Whose was cooler?
Our shit's way cooler. I mean, just saying.
All right,
They should just use ours. You know, our logo's way better than that other one that they got going on.
Small licensing fee, and
you know, hey man.
Get
We'll
out
let
of
you
the
use
way,
it.
man. Let me see this logo. Let me see
we'll
this
take
thing.
their lunch money will be sufficient,
Yeah.
and their chocolate milk.
Yeah. You need to do some merch on that. I'm in.
I mean, come on.
I'm in. I want one now.
Oh yeah.
Praise
you need,
hail,
baby?
praise hail.
We'll be coming out with our
Willing.
Randy Savage version of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
The Macho Kid line.
Is anybody else really super dehydrated from this weekend?
Yes.
Take my
Well,
money. Take my money now.
I think anybody who drank 4 Locos this weekend, has anybody drank 4 Locos this weekend?
That was amazing.
Oh,
I had
I
fun
don't
listening.
know, but if there is somebody in this group that does drink 4 Locos, I'm pretty sure his vagina hurts.
well,
It does hurt. Hurts a little bit. Look, I can't help it. Like 4 logos get you to tell some stuff, like propose to girls, tell them you're gonna be their wife. It gets you to do nice stuff. I bought my ass out. I yelled at some Virginia players. I had a fun time this weekend. I may have
It's
stood
bad
up.
decisions in a can.
I may have stood at the top of the hill and yelled at the Virginia players that they had no balls. But
I
anyway,
was there for that. You did. You did do that. That was Sunday.
yes.
Scott Senzo, we're referring to the sizes as rhino and giraffe. Thank you very much. We're like the Garanimals.
Yeah.
That way you can just match them up.
So what would Scott be? Will he be a rhino or a giraffe?
I'm a giraffe. He's more rhino.
yeah, or Liger. He might be
like a Tygon.
very majestic. So, yeah.
Special
Very true.
properties and magic.
So I guess we can transition over to the game this weekend. That
Sure.
was after America, North Carolina versus Virginia at Splatbrothers.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and talk about that one. So, and Rob Maryland keeps saying he's small tank, but like I'm telling you, it's nothing to brag about, Rob. Like they only had 103 more players than us. What do you expect, man? if we give them like 150 more players than us, and you still tank, then we can start talking. But I mean, 103 players won nothing. So, and then the amount of, oh man, those guys were bragging hard about that win and their 4 extra tanks and their extra 103 players. They whooped the shit out of us. Yeah, you kind of did because you had 4 extra tanks and 103 extra players. But anyway.
A win is a win, buddy. A win is a win. Take that,
I mean,
you
they
fucking
play hard.
sorry-ass Carolinians. Take that.
No shit, we should have brought everybody.
Now, in their defense, those are the numbers of everyone from Saturday and Sunday, walk-ons, rentals, everybody together. Not necessarily there was 184 on the field all at one time. I think y'all were basically kind of consistent because it was the same people all throughout the weekend. But, yeah, so it's not like there was all weekend there was 184 versus 81. Just to tell truths. Okay.
Hold on.
What?
We're about to start a war right now.
Uh-oh.
5 Canadians are worth 1,000 Carolinians. All right, Tim.
What?
Time to build in Ontario. We're gonna do it. Carolina versus fucking Canada.
Great idea.
Carolina can lose everywhere.
That's it. The battle for North America.
You got it.
It's gonna be called
Got it,
After
yeah.
America A, North Carolina versus Canada, buddy.
Sorry, man, we don't play airsoft.
We'll give you something to worry about.
Look. If we do go to Canada and we play a game, we can all get poutines and shit, man. Poutines are the greatest thing ever made.
I'm
Free
down. I'll
health-
go to
Free healthcare all weekend. Free
I'll
health.
go to
Oh,
Canada.
that's even better.
Oh man, I've got some things I need to get checked out. So that's
We
perfect.
can get hurt. Oh shit, dude, let's do this, Tim. You gotta find a field, man. We're gonna go up there. We eating poutines. We fucking Canadian women. We're coming back with Canadian crabs. We break arms and shit. We're gonna do all kinds of stuff, man.
I would worry about a large population not being able to cross the border for legal reasons. So,
I can't.
yeah, I think we'd lose a lot of our base here. So I'm not so sure.
Are you wait, are you saying a large amount of people from Carolina can't cross this?
Well,
Possibly.
yeah, I'll just stop it there and let's just.
Okay.
Yeah. We can't-
Honestly, they're probably not allowed to cross state lines, more or less, borders between countries, but they probably did it anyways.
We can, but we have to ask permission.
We need to
Got
find
to
a
contact
field.
your parole officer.
We have to find a field in Canada that's near a strip club, and then like all the strippers can be like, "Hey, buddy, would you like a lap dance guy?" Be good times, dude. Rob Maryland can't go in Canada.
Uh-oh.
Don't
Maybe
you
it's a
feel
real game.
like if that was the case, then it would just be a lot of apologies?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah,
Sorry about
you don't
that.
want that. You don't want that.
I'm sorry.
All the strippers are moose.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Like strippers just show up and start spraying like maple syrup on their titties and shit. Like, oh, it's a good time.
So anyways, North Carolina versus Virginia. Yeah. Yeah. That was Splatbrothers. Hey, I mean, I appreciate everybody that came out. We couldn't make the event without obviously North Carolina even traveling, coming up and playing in Virginia. What I hear an echo.
I don't.
Okay, sorry. Is it Walt?
I don't know.
Okay, all right, we're good. But
I don't know. It might be.
we're good. We're good now. But no, I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, we do put a lot of effort in some of this stuff. I know Ben does. I mean, we talk back and forth. I mean, it was probably, a good couple months of putting stuff together to get this kind of, put it together, man. I mean, I always try to put a game together that I want to play, and not something that's just a glorified rec game as far as just saying go get slapsticks, whatever, like we've talked about before. Not knocking anybody who if that's their game style, but that's not he's knocking it, but
No, that's my game. That's my game style.
well, I mean, hey, it's easy, but I mean, I enjoy a little bit of craft work. I like looking at stuff and going, I can make something out of that dishwasher, or those old SCBA bottles or whatever I can get my hands on. Something, make it look something cool. Yeah, well, I mean, I want it to be where if you see something, it's not a question of, hey, is that a prop? It should be like, oh, that's a freaking prop. It's not an old cooler or, soda bottles spray painted green or something. Or, well, Ben throws those out at Black Ops. But
Yeah.
I was talking about allegedly.
Allegedly.
somebody does that.
Something I really like
Sorry,
too, and
Hunter.
I could. Well, we're not going there, but something I really liked from the event too, being from the ref perspective, is it seemed like people really enjoyed were just the ways that you were able to open up the game a lot. So where I think some games might just end up being, you might be spawn camp the entire time or something. Like you had chemical attacks, so like that pushed people back, and you had those mobile respawns, so people could respawn at different parts of the field. And I could tell, I mean, that makes it a lot more fun when there's something to do. You're not just standing around shooting into the spawn. So I want to say kudos for that, because I think a lot of people definitely enjoyed that, and it kept it from just being, like a spawn camping, boring kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, normally something like that, it's going to be the numbers. Numbers will hold you back. They'll hold you in your spawn. You can't complete missions. And I wanted to give it to where you had different ways to score points anyway. So whether it was getting props or just doing slapsticks or running missions or even the QR code missions, whatever, there was multiple ways for people to get involved with the game. Like the QR missions, you didn't have to be, the mission team for that commander to go do missions. You could just be right there in the staging area, scan it with your phone, told you what the mission was, you could go do it, and whoever completed it first brought the stuff back, that team got the points. You didn't have to go through the command staff or XO or anybody at the command tent, because I know a lot of people complain they're not cool with them or whatever, or they don't tell me the mission. So just trying to get a way for them to be able to go out there and do that stuff. And as far as the spawn camping, I mean, that's always an issue. It's kind of hard to, people pay so much money, and it's like you want them to be able to have a fun game. They spend all that money, take that time off, whatever, to just be stuck within a couple 100 feet of your spawn all weekend kind of sucks. So that's why we came out, with the airdrops, the mobile respawn, because it allows you to go out. So even though one team had all the territory, you could still leave your spawn and go still complete missions in some way, whether it's an airdrop or put the mobile respawn out there so people could just go there in that area. It was just something we came up with. We'll definitely readdress some things. I know a few things were kind of abused, not being used correctly. So we'll look at that. Yeah, there was definitely an issue with medics. So we'll look at that. I know there was complaint about not having clear boundaries. I had a few messages came my way. But at the same time, like I told him, I said, you got to understand it's over 40 acres. I can't exactly buy a bunch of rope to rope all 40 acres.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I guess it could. But that's something really the field. I mean, it's unlimited. Well, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, there was a few things, and in the defense for the rocket thing, when I was asked about it, I said I think he's good. So I made a call, and then I did come back and read the rules because I was busy at the time. And regardless if you had a launcher, it was supposed to be 5. It didn't matter if you were AT guy or Grenadier guy. But I made the call at the time, so the call stood. So he was fine. Other than that, though, I mean, yeah, I just let Gregory. I basically had one radio to Gregory. Gregory ran the ref crew, and he mainly talked to Rachel most of the time, getting all the scores. So.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that stuff is good feedback, and it's stuff that I think we can crack down on and potentially fix for next year for sure. So I mean, it's always good to get feedback. So. Oh
yeah, I mean, yeah, I want the feedback. We can't make it better or make changes if people don't tell us. I mean, other than just, and I mean, I'm open to solutions. If you have ideas, let me know. It's not a matter of just, well, this sucked because of. I didn't like this. Well, I mean, let me know what did you like, what needed to be changed, what ideas do you have? I'm just a dude, man. I mean, I know I got a pretty face, I got a brain too. I mean, but I don't come up with everything.
Yeah.
I don't have all the ideas.
I think the only thing that I can bring up is there probably needs to be more than just 2 people working the booth, as the staff, giving out paint and registration and everything. Probably needs to be more than 2 people.
There's a lot of discussion that needs to go on, I would say, between me and the field. Definitely for if or when we do another one there. Just because, I mean, I don't need to go into that, but yeah.
Everything's going to happen. Their field stations are always going to something's always going to go wrong. Unless you have Flip Wilson with you. Unless you have Flip around, something's always going to go wrong there. But I think I had fun. The only thing I would say that needs to be changed would be putting net on on the top respawn at the top of that hill where North Carolina went in the second day. Because we showed up to respawn. The tank was shooting in there. We were catching first strikes right there as soon as you walk in the field. People were shooting up in there. Like some dude came behind us, shot us all out on one side. As we're walking out, dude was run up the hill, shooting into the respawn. Jason Mann had dude, calm down, man. Don't run there shooting the respawn. So,
yeah, I mean,
that's one big thing I would actually like to point out because that's kind of dangerous a little bit.
Yeah, there was two things as far as our boundaries. We said stay on the farmer's field and don't shoot. Don't go into the camping area. And yeah, both of those things were unfortunately violated.
Yeah, I imagine.
Just as a note, if you see people without their mask on in chairs, don't shoot over there. With tents.
It's sad. That's got to be said.
They're not in the game. Just let you know.
Well, they're damn sure not in the game after we shoot them out. Get out.
Damn right.
I can't get out any
You shoot grandma sitting in her chair. Yeah.
They know what they signed up for.
That's true.
Hey, it kills
I hope I'm not too late. Y'all didn't talk about Fulda yet, did you?
No, we haven't got there yet. That's after the first. That's after the first hour. Come on, go.
Hold on,
you know
hold
that.
on. Once again, I didn't bring it up.
No, but I mean, I think Splat is definitely it could be a great field. It needs a little work. It's been there for a long time, and you could tell. That definitely needs. We got some maintenance issues. Probably could use some refresh on bunkers. I know my son slid into a barrel bunker and got a couple screws in his leg, so that's got to be addressed.
Right.
So, but I mean, other than that, no one died. Everyone seemed to have fun. I got few complaints, so that's always a good thing. You can't make everyone happy all the time, so I'll take the majority.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
we'll
always
pat you
remember.
down.
I will always remember North Carolina versus Virginia game as the game where I went and got married. That's all I gotta say. And I also got introduced to a spider monkey.
So
That's a big complaint right there. Fix the damn rain, Tim. Like, look,
hey, we only
My
had half a
game-
day of rain, so
my game rained right at the beginning. That's it.
look, Ben will tell you. I'm sure anyone who produces games, it is constantly looking at the weather like a month out. You're just AccuWeather, a week out, day out. I mean, that is that is terror right there. Especially when you're looking at that possible rain right there, because that's just going to drop numbers.
I fixed
Well, I
the rain instantly because I care.
Going back
I
to
care
what you
more
were talking
than-
about, like boundaries and stuff. I mean, at a certain point, you give that feedback to the field, and that's really more. That's more so like the field that should be marking that stuff, right? Because you're as a promoter, you're just like renting the field to run the event, right? So like that stuff should be taken care of to a certain extent. Would you say so?
I would say that. Yeah, there's definitely some things that are out of my wheelhouse. Obviously you can't just go on someone's property and just start roping things off.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to spend like $500 in flag tape to rope off 40 acres, but I mean, if that's what has to happen,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Price is
Well-
going up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the biggest thing is trying to keep the cost reasonable. I mean, I want this to be a player's game that anybody, you have a basic package, you could have an upgraded package, whatever you all want, but it should be affordable. That's the idea. I mean, we're not trying to gouge people here. I mean, even though it cuts in some possible earnings, but that wasn't the intent of the game.
Since we finally have a Virginia player here, let's ask him the question. Look, go, man.
I have no questions. Go ahead, Ben.
I have a question for you, Goat. All right. How does that victory feel, man? You guys did it. You guys whooped our ass. All you had was like 4 more tanks than us and 103 more players, and you guys did it, man. You guys accomplished it.
So, on that note, I'll be honest with you. The numbers didn't feel that far off. Y'all fought like hell. It was as expected, though. I mean, I've said this from the beginning of the discussion about this game. The folks that are going to travel up from the Carolinas to play this game are no bullshit. You're getting the hardcore, the ones that really are going to try to put boot to ass and I wasn't surprised at the level of aggression, and I wasn't surprised that the tactics. You're talking about the way the cards were used and things like that. This game it's an onion. It's got so many layers. It's an onion. I mean, you get all the way down to the core of it. I told Scott partway through the weekend, hey man, Saturday evening, don't take anything for granted because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. The same thing happened last year. We had 0. It turns out we were 50 points apart last year. The Saturday, we didn't know where in the hell we stood with score. This game is way too deep for that. You can't look at what's going on the field alone and the number of players alone and gauge where you're at with it. So I got to give big props to North Carolina. It didn't feel as far apart body-wise as it was. The fight was always there. They were always bringing it. And the Virginia players did too. But, we had a cur dog backed into a corner.
A turd dog? What's a turd dog?
A cur dog is the meanest damn dog you ever want to tangle with. Almost like that little, like Phoebe. She's a cur dog.
Turd? Phoebe's not a turd.
Kerr. Cur.
Cur. I can do my job here. Fact check time.
Fact check me.
Here's a fact you can't check. There was a guy out there wearing a North Carolina flag as a cape. That dude was fine as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, he's a sexy motherfucker. That dude was like, yeah, he's fine. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I do gotta say this, man. Virginia had a hell of a fight, man. And I mean, even though they had us in numbers and there was a lot of other things that were going on, that fight, it's like Tim said, you can't always just say, oh, it's just like, oh yeah, we can say at any given time it was exactly this number.
Right.
But the players that we kept seeing over and over again in all these positions, that was really it was like the same teams were fighting each other over and over again.
Right.
So it a lot of times it didn't feel. I mean, you could tell there was a power shift there, but with the way that the game was designed, to being able to go and do like a mobile respawn for 30 minutes or an airdrop to a designated location, things like that really changed the gameplay to where we might have been spawn camp for a while, but then getting out of it and getting into it like in a whole nother area,
right,
creating that little bit of chaos to kind of create that separation. I mean, heck, we got the lot of ground back on Saturday that we had lost all the way down that road for a good portion of the day that I did not think that we were going to get back, man.
Yeah. I honestly, when I found out what the numbers were, it was a surprise to me, because I would have not guessed that, because, and I guess, part of it, you talked about spawn camp and you got the same players coming back repeatedly, so they kept coming though. You know what I mean? They kept coming. And so when I found out what the spread was, it was a surprise to me.
So let's go into this turd dog.
all right. Sorry, I got distracted. All right.
Oh my God!
It might be spelled C-U-R. I'm not sure. It's a mean dog. It's a country phrase.
All right. I wouldn't know. I'm a New Jersey person now.
It might not be on there.
Turd dog. All right.
It's a mutt.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
Oh.
I don't see a Phoebe on here. Thank you very much.
It's more the attitude, finger eater.
These are all ugly dogs.
Wait, are you saying Phoebe or are you saying Fifi? Because those are two very different.
We got Phoebe and Rochelle. We also got a cast of friends over here.
Where's my photo?
On your own time, look up what a Fifi is.
No.
Right, I got it. Fifi.
Oh no. Don't do that.
And canceled.
Fifi Dobson. What's that?
Don't do
All
it.
right.
Hey, she's hot.
Hey, game on.
What is that?
I'm glad you looked
That's
at the
a
name.
That's a Fifi.
I like this Fifi.
That is not a
She's
Fifi.
pretty hot.
That might be a Fifi, but that's not the Fifi I'm referring to.
All right.
I'll
Well,
say
I
she's
did do a
VVP.
fact check, and it did say Virginia's full of ugly people. So fact check.
It is.
Fact check complete.
I saw that for real.
Oh my
gotcha.
So
god.
now we need to like fact check the poop order, but whatever. I heard stories about that one. That's awful. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
we would be awful people if we didn't address the whole physical aggression against people with shields thing.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Like, I know it's been dropped in the comments, like, but that shit's uncalled for. Like, I don't care if you apologize.
I think I went back and forth with a guy about that earlier, and apparently the answer is ban all shields from inside buildings,
No,
which I think is like the dumbest thing that you could possibly, because the shields weren't the problem, the physical altercation was. You
Yeah,
know?
there's never a reason to have any kind of physical contact between players like that, regardless of what equipment they're carrying. You know, if someone has a shield and you're trying to get an angle on them, the answer isn't to run up to them, grab the shield, and yank it down. That's not the answer. You know, you can't run up to an airball bunker and well, I guess you probably could go up to the airball bunker and push it aside, but yeah, that's not the answer, man. I mean, just remember, it's a game, guys. It's just a game, man.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're going. Let's talk about what happened here. So I didn't get to actually see it, but we were told extensively about it when we went back on the field. So apparently, it was multiple people. Like 3 people was what we were told. I don't know how it happened, but like the Virginia players ran up on these North Carolina players.
Just say players. You don't.
It's we know what we're talking about. And they grabbed their shields. They grabbed their shields and pushed them down to the ground. Somebody said they got shot point blank a few times after they were thrown to the ground. Somebody said they got hit in the head with a marker. Shit's uncalled for. Like, and we're talking about those guys that can't travel to Canada. I think if you would have done that to one of those guys that can't travel to Canada, you would have been traveling home that night. That's one of those things. Like, you know, once you lay your hands on somebody, they're allowed to do what the fuck they want to. I mean,
I can admit I get a little hot out there. I don't think I'd ever be at that point of throwing hands unless if somebody unless if it was like something like that. But I mean, look, there's a difference between getting heat in a game and you're, getting hot because I mean, you're going competitively and then you got 2 people talking junk. It's a little different.
Yeah, this is a passionate sport. This is an adrenaline-filled, passionate sport. None of us play this because the shit's relaxing. The off-field is, but we're all hooked on that oomph. There's a line and a level of control that has to be maintained. If you're gonna take it upon yourself to enter a building that's got somebody with a shield in it, you have to be as ready to call yourself out for safety factor as you do to go, to make that step into the building. I definitely don't agree with how that went down on behalf of Virginia. I cannot support it in any way, shape, or form. There's no reason to put your hands on anybody. I've been playing this sport long enough to have gotten close to it. I'll admit, back in my younger day, when I wasn't as easy to get along with, but that ends up getting people thrown out, banned, and that's the best case scenario because, like now, I'm a dad. My kid's out there playing. That ever happens with my kid, I'll probably leave the field in cuffs. That's we as players as a whole. I made this comment in the thread that went about this. we have to wash our own windows and police our own. We have to tell people, we have to make it a point to reinforce that that's unacceptable behavior. And, you know, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody in particular at all when I say this. I watched the same things happen in, it's happened in a wave in paintball. I watched the same thing happen with skateboarding. I watched it happen with motocross, freestyle motocross, and everything. There gets a point where there's this outlaw behavior that is looked upon as being cool. It is emphasized and glorified in order to sell product and to keep people watching. And poor sportsmanship ends up following that. Something like that, where we're going to run up and grab each other's shield, and there's almost a physical, there was a physical thing that happened. Everyone within the community has to be the police before the police are involved. And if we don't, it's our own damn fault.
And I think that touches on the whole feedback aspect of it too. Like, I think it's going to be very clear at the next game that that's going to be brought up at the beginning, and there's going to be no exception. So if anything like that goes down, you're done.
Yeah,
that's going to be
gone.
Very clear that if that happens again, and again, I mean, back to what you were saying about the passion. I mean, yeah, you have, your adrenaline's up, you're running into a building, there's 1,000 people shooting, it's chaos. But again, I think right on point that there's never a right time to get physical with somebody like that. So
we'll see. And then the other thing is, like, once that happens, it kind of initiates a response in some people. Like, when I got told that shit, I told everybody entering the field, calm Ben should have said, all right, guys, everybody go in the field. It's not going to happen again. If it does happen, get a ref. The Ben that entered the field at that time, I told everybody around me, I was like, if you see that shit happen right now, unload a fucking full hopper on that motherfucker and beat his ass. I was like, I don't give a shit. I was like, beat his ass on the fucking field right there.
Right.
But,
and when I say policing our own, and when I say handling the situation, I'm not necessarily saying that we dragged a guy out by his ears and bring him up by his toes, but but we do have to be willing to take somebody aside and explain, look, that we don't do that. We're not going to do that. We don't appreciate you doing that. This whole group of people over here doesn't appreciate you doing that. We're not going to stand for it. It has to be, embarrassing the shit out of people will go a long ways in keeping them from doing stuff that we don't want them to do.
like, I don't fight people, but I can tell you right now, the guys I was with, the two guys that were carrying shields, if you'd have done that to one of those guys, I don't know what would have happened, but it wouldn't have been pretty. Like, you don't lay hands.
It also
like
hurts our sports
Yeah.
too, man. I mean, a big part of that is our sport. Let's say if it's a kid's first time coming out with his dad, and they see something like that. I mean, it's not going to set a good example for that kid to ever probably want to come out again. And we're shooting ourselves in the foot because we're always building the sport for the younger generation to keep passing that torch, to keep players in this game and doing that. I mean, as much as the hot-headed side of me will be like, yo, if that happened to me, I'm throwing blows. There's a part of me that's also a father, like John said, 100% police our own, but also grow our sport and keep that alive.
Imagine the situation. Imagine the situation where John or Walt, imagine the situation. You're not an experienced paintball player. You haven't been doing this for years upon years. And what do you know? You stumble across a Facebook post, North Carolina versus Virginia. Hell yeah, buddy, let's go defend Virginia. Know, and I'll use just that example. And you go out there with your kid. That kid might not get a chance to play this game ever again, at least until they're grown. But by then, there's 100 other things they could be doing. Football is literally competing with video games. It's literally competing with after-school sports and everything else. That is the direct competition to it. And if you have to step beyond the constraints of the game, you're carrying a fucking gun. A gun that shoots gel pellets. If you can't eliminate someone with that, fucking practice. Play the game. Do the game. It blows my mind that this game, this shit's been happening for a long time. You see the posts a lot about get the violence back into paintball because it's been softened.
Yeah.
It hasn't been softened.
Yeah.
It's full of more soft people. And
I've heard something one time. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
But
you're good.
It add exactly what you're saying. A guy told me one time, getting a kid involved in this sport forever is literally the difference between a good day and a bad day. If a kid goes out there and he gets overshot and he gets, like really destroyed on his first day, do you think he's going to be in a hurry to come back?
hell no.
It's the difference between hey, this kid went out, he got shot a few times, but he also dealt some damage himself. He went out, he had a great time. That's going to buy you another member, and he's going to spread that word to his friends, and then he's going to come in, he's going to buy merchandise. He's going to be entering into every game he can. He's going to get hooked. He's going to get bit, and he's going to just go in head first. It's the difference between a good game and a bad game. That's what makes a player for life.
Yeah, and that's to springboard off of what you just said. I have to give huge kudos to one of the players. I'm not going to call him out. He wanted to drop it and leave it alone. I'm not going to call him out by name, but I got to give huge kudos to the player that I had the conversation with about this situation, because he ended up speaking with the player. He actually had a chance to have a conversation with him. There was an actual phone call between the two of them. There was an apology. He said that the player was a man. They stepped up. He apologized. He made right. He is a newer player that did it. But he owned his actions, and the apology was accepted, and the player asked to drop it and move on. And the sportsmanship that it takes to go from that situation to have a back and forth phone call and come out at the end of it and say, leave the guy alone. I get it. And that's a huge show of sportsmanship. And the reason I was late tonight was because I'm helping to coach my son's football team, flag football team. And we had a big sportsmanship issue over the weekend. I was up there with you guys. My phone rang 4 times before I made it back to Lynchburg because of some sportsmanship issues at the game. So we had a big talk about sportsmanship. And as much as I wanted to tell him that story, I couldn't. You literally have a guy who hit another guy or shot him up, and however all this went down. And the end result is the player saying, he called me, he apologized, he was a man about it. It's all good. Y'all leave him alone. That's the height of sportsmanship right there. And that's what we got to foster.
See, here's the thing. We can bring violence back to the sport without
being violent.
We can deal without physically touching each other. That's
right.
The thing. And I'm not saying I agree, in pro sports, when people fight, that's awesome, but they're getting paid for it. That's their only fucking job. They make millions of dollars. They can afford it if they bust a tooth. They got health insurance. That's a different thing. We're doing a hobby.
I'll say that as a joke, but I honestly don't mean it. When I like the Bones and Ashes post last year, a couple years ago, respectful aggression. Yeah. That's what I give, and that's what I expect back from everybody that I play against and play with. I expect respectful aggression, and that 50-yard line, rub and tug that just happened up here at the end of Tim's game was same thing. That was a huge.
What? A rub and what?
Yeah, don't Google that.
Yeah. Those are the things
Burn Dern. Leave it alone, Burn Dern.
Yeah.
Ben pays me good money. 50-yard line.
Those are the things that I like to get after games.
Yeah.
Make me feel better.
All right, sharing the screen. Here we go.
Let's bring those back to baseball.
So
we're about to get sucker punched.
Another huge. I'm sorry, I should have not come on.
Yeah.
So Brandon, go back. Brandon, go back and finish your thought, man.
Hey, Hitman's video though. That showed. Where everyone's walking through, they're hugging, high fiving. And that is what new players to our sport should take away from it.
Yep.
So, Brandon,
there's only 2 things we have as paintballers, man. We only have 2 things. That's integrity and sportsmanship. And, those are the 2 things that kill a game. Yeah. If you don't have integrity and, it's like you could sit out there all day and brag about how good you are, But if you're not calling yourself out, you just played invincible against somebody who didn't. That's
Man,
all.
Right.
It's almost like he has a specific example he wants to talk about.
No.
Tell us what Ben
All right.
did. Let's
All
hear
right.
it.
I
Let's
can
hear
say
it.
this.
What
I
did
can
Ben
say
do?
this. It sucks
No.
wasting money on first strikes when you got like you're putting like a few into somebody and then they're like, "Feel this shit," and you know damn right that they did. You know damn right that they felt that first strike. And
Yeah.
I'm like, at one point in time, you just walk away and you're like, I'm not wasting my money on this guy. I just can't.
Yeah, there is a point there, and you can't play the sport if you don't have someone to play against, and
That's right.
that's a perfect thing. Like you said, Walt. There's a point you just step away. You don't mess with that person anymore. They can go find another fight. They're not going to get it out of me.
I'm like, I just burn up $15 on this dude. I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
This is the first game where first strike has ever hit me, bounced off, and then exploded.
After
Thanks,
it
Joe.
hit,
Yeah, that
damn.
shit was amazing. Like you hit me, it hurt like a motherfucker, but it bounced like it's probably like an inch off my arm, and it like blew up right there. I'm like, all right, I'm still in.
Oh, are you talking about me?
Yeah,
Oh,
that shit hurt. Like it hurt. Like that one hurt bad. Like I was like, oh, I'm out.
I
Like,
didn't set out to hurt you.
I watched it. Like it bounced off my arm. Like blew up in the air. I'm like, yeah.
So for those that
man.
don't know, we bought a gun from Ben, a first strike gun from Ben, and I took it out with one magazine, and all I wanted to do was go out there and shoot Ben Painter with the gun that we bought from him. And the only round that I got on him bounced and broke on the ground.
It broke in the air. That thing broke in the air, bounced off him. All right, cool.
Speaking of sportsmanship, I should say somebody on this call I had reports was shooting one of my referees in the neck with first strike rounds.
Oh,
So I'm
no,
not gonna,
no, that
I'm
was
I'm not gonna point any fingers.
somebody
or say-
over there, maybe. I don't know.
Definitely wasn't.
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
All I
there's
saw
Matt
was a
right
head.
there, just talking about it. Yeah.
I just saw a head through a window, and I listen. I've never shot first strike in my life. I walked out with one magazine and just was having fun with it, and I saw a head walk through a window, and my first shot missed, and my second shot it was textbook, and then he stood up, and I saw his orange, and I felt so bad.
To be fair, some of the refs did not look like refs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one dude
that
with the
is
inside
true.
out jersey got me a couple times.
There were like 2 or 3 of them in inside out jerseys. I'm like one of them was standing behind me. Like I got Walt. I'm like Walt, who the fuck is this guy? Like Walt went to talk to him. I was like, I'll just go shoot him. It's like, there's
Remember
a dude
that one guy down in the valley? I actually did shoot him because you were like, I think that's a bad guy. I was like, okay.
You would assume you're going to ref, so you might want to wear like orange or something. But I guess that was lost on
This was 3 of the individuals' first experience with scenario paintball, more or less even just roughing scenario paintball. So as I told them earlier, I think we weren't live yet, but they came back and they were like, "Y'all are fucking crazy."
Yeah,
They're like, y'all shoot the shit out of each other. Y'all are fucking crazy.
Those guys were great for the weekend too. So
Yeah, at final battle, they were just shaking their head. They were like, "This is fucking insane."
I heard that at Ben's game, at Endgame, you had some of the locals down there that are more on the speedball side of things, and we did final battle right there on Mounds, and I mean it was brutal. And that guy, Eric from Headhunters, I mean he put on a clinic of just walking into paint, and he was literally dripping paint.
Oh yeah.
And I heard that from the sidelines. I had to tap out. My lower back couldn't take crouching down on those mounds for so long. So I stepped off the field, and they were like, "Man, these dudes are nuts. Like they just keep running into walls of paint over and over again, you know?"
Yep.
You guys made those old speedball players' day. Like they were like, dude, they were fucking smiling big as shit, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
they were enjoying it. They were enjoying the show playing.
It was a good time. It was a damn good time.
Yeah, I wanted to. Oh, go ahead, Tim.
Oh, I was just saying, going back to someone's first paintball experience when we were lining everybody up for the airdrop on the barn on Sunday with Venom, And yeah, I think there was some headhunters. Maybe there's a evolution guy in there. A dad came up with his 2 sons, and he was asking. He was like, "Hey, where do I need to go? Whatever." I was just like, "Just grab this rope." Dealer's like, "Yeah, just grab this rope. Come with us."
Welcome to hell, kids. Hang on.
And we went out there, and I was in front. I was bringing them in on the referee, and the blue was just like all around us, man. And I was like, "This is gonna suck." And I mean, as soon as they let go of that rope, I tried to get out of the way. Of course, I couldn't get out of the way fast enough. But that little kid, man, he ran in the barn and everything. And they were shooting all that stuff, and I was coming around the outside of it, and he was like, "I think I got hit." I went over there. I was like, "Nah, you bounce. Keep going, man. You're good. You're good." I was like, "You're good until it breaks." But they were right in the middle of the fight, man. But that was their introduction to paintball, was going on that airdrop with Venom to the barn.
Oh Lord,
that was insane.
I would.
They will
That's
never
a
be
make
the
or break
same.
moment right there, man. That's
Yeah,
a make or
so-
break moment.
So either they love the hell out of it, or they'll never do it again. I'm not sure which one it is.
Either way, you just gave that family a core memory of paintball.
Yeah, they were like, "Holy shit!"
Speaking
Hey,
of
there's
kids,
David in the comments, man. I gotta give David a shout out, man. That dude held it together, man. On our side, he was the NC general. Dude was on point, man. Him and Michelle, dude, like they were awesome. They straight up, like, I mean, even though the cards were stacked, like, we kept pulling different cards from underneath the deck to make shit work. Like, I mean, he never folded, dude. He kept it rolling. That was awesome, man. Kudos to you, David. Kudos to Michelle if she's watching, man.
I like how he didn't accept any Virginia players because he wanted to prove a point this year. I enjoyed that.
That was
too.
cool.
But speaking of kids, those damn Grimmie kids were all over the damn field this weekend. One of them actually jumped in front of me and was being my shield for me for a little bit.
Wait, did he jump in front of you, or did you use him as one?
No, he wanted from me. He said, "I'm out of paint. I'll be your shield." I'm like, all right. And then we had another one you know they're his kids because they're tall as shit. But like Lou was out there with gunning down with me and Reaper and all. Like we were tearing some shit about it. Like, but she got friendly fire with a rocket. Right, she walked out the field one time. No, that was on me. So I killed 2 Grimmies in one game. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that was
man.
what Walt was saying about the bouncing around and everything. I did some. I played the lower end of the field for part of the day, and I got to kind of see, where the red mobile spawn got dropped, and I got to see, it really threw us for a loop the way that was played, because we were calling out, we thought an airdrop was coming, and then it was like, no, there's 25 people. Wait, no, there's 30, there's 40. And I literally radioed at one point and said, "Listen, I don't know what the hell is going on, but basically their entire freaking team just walked past us, dead walked, with their barrel covers on." And I actually barrel tagged a couple people just in case. I was like, "Look, you're out, just in case." And they're like, "No, I'm not in yet." And I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" And they took it right in the middle of everything, dropped it, and just that was impressive to watch.
I was giving
random people messages to give to you because I could tell exactly who messages. I was like telling each person, I was like, tell John something different, like every time.
Yeah, it's cool to see how it'll actually play out, because you come up with the ideas. You're like, well, how it's you have an idea of how maybe it'll work or how someone will use it, but then to see how people use all the stuff or stack it, and because they had like an airdrop and they brought the mobile respawn with them on the airdrop over to the big hill over at Stick 3 and everything, and it's kind of neat, man. So I think it helped out. I mean, people let me know if it did or not. I mean, I think it helped. Even though they were lower on numbers, they were still able to stay competitive a little bit. So
that's the
it definitely helped.
Guerrilla warfare thing. You see, you look at actual combat and actual wars, and sometimes the smaller force used in different tactics is more powerful than the larger force. And I think that's a testament to Dealer and Ricochet, and how they used what they had and kept everybody guessing. It was guerrilla warfare. I mean, they got out there and they used things in unconventional ways, stole tanks, that's guerrilla warfare. The only thing missing
Wait,
was
we stole
booby
a tank?
traps,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there was just if they'd have dug some bungee pits or punji pits, whatever they call it, we'd have been right there.
So when I'm sitting at the production desk and two people come up to me and go, "Hey, you remember Bones a couple years ago?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "You remember the thing that happened at Bones a couple years ago?" I'm like, "Okay, if you're going to run a tank, you have to have a flag of your color and you have to have a walker in front of it. I'm just letting you know that's the rules."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then they leave. So I'm assuming they found some kind of red flag and someone to walk in front of it, because next thing you know, the tank on the other side of the net just walks away. So
I laughed like hell when I heard about it. What can you do?
Yeah.
I came off
Yeah,
the
when you-
field and I was like, win, lose, or draw, I'm memeing the shit out of this. Like, I'm going to make so many memes about this. And one guy didn't even know it was me. And he goes, not if that Walt guy beats you to it. And I was like, that's me. I was
Red
like,
book
yeah.
Red book bag, nice. I was just like, look, you got to have a red flag. You got to have a walker. Other than that, those are rules. No one said who brought the tank on the field. I mean,
I think this is another unique thing about our sport is the celebration of thinking outside the box. There's a real small handful of people who see that going on and don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
The majority of us see that and go, "You smart son bitches." Yeah, got it again. I mean, you look at, every event, someone's finding their way. Hanu laughs about it. The producers embrace it, most of the time. And sometimes, you got the refs laughing because, I had to write a rule against you.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff is not present in other sports. We're a very unique sport, and the game was lent itself well to that.
We're cheaters. We're fucking cheaters.
It doesn't say the rules. You can't do it. I will say this though. Please, next time, whoever used the hammer to beat the locks off the loot boxes, please don't destroy the locks.
I heard
bought
about
those.
that, man. Are you kidding me?
So,
Yeah.
I walked to pick up all the.
That you have to use
I walked out there to pick the props up, and I was just like, "Who the hell beat the shit out of these locks?"
Yeah, destroying game property should be unwritten.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even have to talk about that.
Let's draw the line a little bit. Like, now gotta buy new locks.
Right.
So
right.
I mean,
the money that Tim could have put into some other things for the next go round is wasted on fixing things from this year. So yeah.
I'm very upset. Nobody went around the loophole that we clearly told everybody about on the show before.
No fake photographers anywhere.
Well, I mean, like about making weird designed shields and making them super huge.
Yeah.
It could, if it was square, it had to be a certain size. If it was round, it had to be a certain size. I saw no giant triangles, no giant octagons, nothing. I was very upset.
You were waiting for a big old dodecahedron, right?
Yes, I was very disappointed.
Was there anything in the rules that said shields couldn't have wheels?
No.
There will be next year.
So I'm hearing is mobilized bunkers at that point. Just
I've realized I had to be extremely specific, like Willard Bosley Jr. specific on stuff.
You know what?
Yeah.
In being specific, at one point, those giant smoke grenades you set off, there were. I heard people saying, "Well, we can just clog it, so let's get dirt and stuff it into the smoke grenade." So it will
You're
stop
still dead.
Well, no, it was the hazmat guy, and his other team was saying, "Hazmat guy, go over there and stuff dirt in it and get it from smoke." I was like, "No, we're not doing that, guys." Like, just
have you guys ever had that moment in paintball where you have the little devil on one shoulder and then you have the angel on the other? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. So whenever I saw the guy driving the smoke RC car,
the field manager, Tyler.
Yeah, I was like,
Man,
Okay.
you should have.
That
That'd
was
make my
actually-
day.
Shield melee kills and the RCXDs. There was some real Call of Duty shit going on at this game.
There were some
I was
questions.
in that building. I was in that building and I had that thing locked, and I was like, I'm about to blow the wheels off that bitch.
That was an actual question that a couple people asked me, and it was radioed in. Are they allowed to shoot the car? And I'm like, no, let's not do that.
You can shoot it. You can shoot it accidentally.
Yeah.
Hey, he put it on the field.
Ah.
Man, they
All right,
jump those
next year
things
then.
over houses. It ain't gonna hurt it.
Next year,
There
you
was-
hear it. You heard it here. You can shoot it per Tim. So next year, you can shoot it.
There
Hey,
was
my car.
All right.
there was no rule against creating your own mobile respawn. It was used in the game multiple times, and the ref saw it happen. So therefore, next year, my mobile respawn is a legal item to use.
No.
No.
We were right beside the ref when it happened. Like right beside the ref, we said it loud. Like, "Hey, I'm using the mobile respawn." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're in."
Yeah.
Ref just looked at us. All right, cool. Legal.
Yeah, don't-
carry grenades in your pocket.
Yeah, don't carry the smoke grenades in your pocket because if you fall down, they might ignite and burn your pant leg.
No shit. Did that happen?
Yeah, it can.
That sounds
Oh,
awful.
dude.
So I've
Man,
got a
I
real
just
funny
noticed the
story
way
at
this
Polo.
panda head is. It looks like it's my hat or something.
That's good.
That's awesome.
That's just
It's like a
good.
Oh
halo.
my god,
Wait, where's my head at? Oh, there's my shit head.
Jesus!
That does look like a bad.
Yeah, like
That's
So at Foda,
bizarre.
at Foda 2000, wait a minute, 2021.
There we go.
Foda. Wait, no. Foda 2022. I had a bag. I had thrown some smoke grenades in one of the pockets, and I went to go pull stuff out, and something got hung up. And I was like, "What is that?" And I'm like pulling, and I'm like, something's telling me like, "Don't keep pulling that." And
And you
as
did it
soon as I,
anyways.
like, oh my god, dude! I was like so close to pulling that little rung because I was like, what is hung up on this shit? And I went to go pull it, and I just grabbed my bag and just chunked it. And as soon as I did, it came rolling out. It was a grenade that was stuck on the zipper, and I almost like popped one in my tent inside of my gear bag. Like it would have been bad.
I can't
Also,
breathe.
Ben, that's pretty accurate.
That's
It's
kind
little
of
hairy shit,
disturbing.
too. I can't breathe. So I'm gonna put it up.
You're like
Oh
a
my
hairy
God.
Yeah, the
mushroom,
panda
dude.
head
Like, what
stinks,
the-
man.
I can imagine.
Smells like old paint and regret.
Smells like
It's like
smells
a
like
damn
final
Goomba,
battles of the
dude.
past.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Some of us have been drinking tonight. So what's up?
You know,
Well,
one thing,
so
one thing I just wanted to touch on real quick was that was the final
ahead.
battle at your game. Just the amount of grown men that I heard giggling and laughing, running up with pool noodles, getting shot 50,000 times, and slamming them. I was like, dude, like this is like I had that moment. Like this is why we do it. Like I don't know. I personally do not enjoy getting shot 35,000 times in a row, but man, whatever it is
Yeah.
about pool noodles and running up to garbage cans, getting shot 1,000 times seems to get a lot of people going. So
That's
People
such
love
a-
it.
See that picture of Cupcake? That dude looked like a fucking pepperoni pizza, man.
I
No
watched
joke.
him
Like,
die. I watched him die in front of me, and he took it. So kudos to you, man. He didn't even flinch or anything. That
Oh
just-
my
just
God,
a
dude.
flesh wound.
mm,
Yeah,
Dude
you know,
looked
that's what I
straight up
said
like a
about that.
pepperoni pizza.
I think Flip and Reaper, we were talking about it Saturday night, I think, about the final battle. You know, and I said it's one of the most unique that we've ever played because it's a real visible, tangible scoring means during it. You can watch them go in. You know, you can watch them get counted afterwards. It's not a, you know, imaginary number. You know, could be pulled out of a hat. You know, it's you watch it happen. I think both teams drained their barrels, right? And you know, that was just amazing to watch. I actually stopped playing partway through it and stepped over there with Greg and just watched. It was just like in awe. You know, like you say, you had guys running up laughing like crazy and having a good time. So
Well, I mean, the year before we didn't do the forward momentum rule, but they wanted to do it. So, I mean, if that's something we're going to keep, obviously, I need to bring more pool noodles because 100's not going to be enough.
Yeah, or like Chris said, you have a time check. But I think what you would have to do there, this would be my idea anyway. I think you would have a golden noodle that your general for one side has, and a golden noodle for the other side. And when
That's what they
that
call
one
it,
goes
strip
in, that kills the time. And that one's got to go in barrel A, B, C, D, or E, or whatever, so that it gets tracked. And then like tournament ball, yeah, but who had the quickest time?
Golden Noodle. That's actually my stripper name.
Brandon, why don't you Google that?
I'm on it.
No. Golden noodle stripper. No, don't do it.
Man.
That was good stuff, Cupcake. I enjoyed watching it. His nonchalant
God,
stroll up there and drop it in the barrel. I loved
Dude,
it.
that was also. I got to give Tim a shout out, man. The way that you kept track and you posted like a full disclosure list of everything that like transpired, like down to like the minutes, the points, the phases. Like that was awesome, man. Like
Yeah.
that is cool. I wish every production game would have that.
That
I
wasn't
mean, a
Tim.
lot of people agreed, man. That was a really cool breakdown of the whole weekend.
That wasn't
well,
Tim. That was Rochelle.
That's Rochelle. Yeah, that's
well,
that's how
Kudos.
how Rachel. Yeah, Rachel keeps track of all that stuff. That's
Who?
how we have the sheets
Who?
printed out. Rochelle.
Rochelle. Okay.
Rochelle. Yes, my
Who
wife
is-
Rochelle.
Who is Rachel? Who is Michelle talking about? Rachel? Is it? I don't know who you're talking about.
It's
It's Rochelle.
Rochelle. Yes, Rochelle.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, Rochelle tracks.
It's
She does
fancy.
all the points, all the scoring. She gets calls into the slapsticks. People bring the missions in. She scores all that stuff, and that's how we have the sheets out. So I just put up everything that was on the sheets. I could show you, take a picture of the actual sheets if anybody wants to see them, but I just typed everything in so people could read it. But because people ask about the points, and like I said, it's y'all's game. I'll show you what the points were.
That was
that's what it was.
awesome, man. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Kudos to her. Kudos to her for real.
Rochelle,
the breakdown was
kudos.
awesome.
She said, thumbs up.
And she brought my paint to me at one point, which is ridiculous.
She's a jack of all trades. Rochelle is.
I mean, I have a tractor with me, so I could have gone and got it.
No big deal.
Yeah, the tractor almost killed me 3 times in the same weekend. That's one time.
We need a good
Shoot,
shot at that
last year,
wheelie.
Rochelle got irritated with me last year. I was a toxin engineer, and I kept losing my tape. And I came up to her, I was like, "Oh, I lost my tape again." Man, she tied that thing off on me so bad I thought my arm was gonna fall off in the middle of the battle. I was like,
Put a tourniquet
okay,
on you.
okay, yeah. That was like running in the battle. My arm was going numb. I was like, "Oh shit." She's like, making sure I
man.
don't lose it anymore, man. I'm done losing that tape.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of your shit, Walt.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, by Sunday, most people are. I was like climbing the side of John's trailer, messing with Tim, and John's just like, don't fall the fuck off. Like, please just
Please
stop shaking it.
Please.
I'm over here cooking.
Yeah.
Please stop messing with Tim.
Like Joseph Gath said, after 18 years, you stop feeling so much. I don't know, man. Like I got shot in the like nipple and did not enjoy any second of that.
Oh,
Like
God.
it hurts worse every time you hit the nipple.
I feel like you did though.
So, like I did at one point though. I got shot in the ear. Apparently, I didn't know it. Like Jason walked up to me and said, "Hey man, you got paint all down your ear." I'm like, "Oh, that's why it's warm."
Yeah.
Yeah, like nipple shots.
I caught one in the nipple in the final battle, man. My God, dude, it was so rough. And I was in my wife's tank top too. So.
Sure. Scott Senzo would like to discuss why I have a video of him getting wrapped in saran wrap and silly string, because So we still have our command chat from the original NC vs. Virginia with John Hoffmeister and Scott Zinzo, myself. And so I bounced stuff off them. And someone was saying something. I don't recall. So anyways, I decided to write them into missions. So they had to be deconned and quarantined. So we had to, basically for North Carolina, they had to find Scott Zinzo, bring him back as part of a mission, bring him back to production. And Virginia had to find John Hoffmeister, bring him back to production. We had to sit them in chairs, wrap them in saran wrap, and then spray them down with silly string. Michelle apparently doesn't like Scott because she wrapped his whole face in saran wrap.
That's murder. That is straight up murder.
She popped a hole eventually.
It's a mission.
She did. Yeah, she did poke a little hole there. Yeah. I never got to finish my water. I'm sorry, man. But hey, it's a mission. It was a mission. It was 100 points. You know, hey.
How funny would it be if it wasn't actually a mission?
It was a Q code mission.
Yeah, it was a QR code mission. I believe.
Because they never came and got me, and I never heard about it. And then he asked me about it. Well, what happened to you? What? And I said, what are you talking about? He said, oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. I think they hit maybe 1 or 2 QR missions, but yeah, Virginia didn't really go after them. So
they weren't really going after him.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Could you imagine like suffocating a dude and like him dying, but you still got 100 points?
Hey, he signed a waiver. You signed a waiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You knew what you were getting into.
100 points.
So lesson learned here: don't talk shit to the producer because he'll write you into a mission of a game.
And maybe kill you.
Yeah. I didn't do that. That was the person. The XO did that. I just gave her the means.
It's not murder if it's in a paintball game. Duh.
Yeah,
Well,
respawn. It's fine.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't there when that happened. I was walking back by because we were running all around, and Rachel showed me the video of it, and I was just laughing my ass off. Rochelle. I'm sorry, Rochelle. Rochelle showed me the video, and I was laughing my ass off.
We don't friendly fire on North Carolina. Sorry, guy. Like we just don't do that anymore. We don't shoot our own teammates on North Carolina.
I'm going to call bullshit right now on the. I'm going to call bullshit because you shot at least 2 of us in this room. 2 of us.
Walt is just walking away like as soon as I shot him, I turned around. He never knew it was me. That was great. But Justin about killed me though because he returned that damn rocket right at my head.
Oh,
and I know I pissed off 9-ball. She turned around getting ready to fight. And I was just laughing at her.
Yeah. I definitely need to bring my golf cart because me walking onto the field carrying a prop, they shot the hell out of me. Just walking
I wasn't going to shoot you until you said you blatantly told everybody around me that you were worried about me shooting you, and I was like, okay, I won't shoot him now.
I said I know Ben Painter's going to shoot me some point in time this week, and I'm just waiting for it. And then you were like, okay,
and it was like challenge accepted. I wasn't going to do it before, but like you called me out in front of a bunch of people.
Bullshit.
Yes, you were. Yes,
you called me out in front of a bunch of people, and you know me, I'm always seeking attention and approval from my peers. So I was like, I have to shoot him now because this random person I don't know is going to think I'm a bitch.
But by the way, I wasn't on the field. Well, I mean, I was back and forth, but I didn't see a lot of the game. But that slapstick run that Spider did from PBS in front of the house, that was insane.
It was the most impressive thing I've seen in a while.
Yes. Ran all the way up to
I heard about it, but I didn't what did he do?
Dude ran up past the trailers, in through the ditch, hit the slapstick, turned around, came running back, saw somebody
shooting people
on the run, and then came back.
So y'all know that's the dude that did y'all know that's the over the wall dude from last year, like 4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude's fast.
We were talking about like he's everybody on PBS. He's the one that actually is like a serious paintball player. Everybody else is there to party. but that shit took its toll, man. Because like apparently he went to sleep at 6:30 at night on Saturday and then didn't wake up till the morning.
Man, you gotta get you sleep when you're a badass.
He was doing some work out there.
Well, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure and an honor to be on this show. But
What
I'm
event
gonna,
last year?
I'm gonna bow
Thank
out.
you. Thank you,
All right,
Gregory.
man.
Thank you for
Appreciate
coming,
on,
sir.
dude.
Good talking with you guys. Thank you.
See you, Greg.
I
Now
would
you
like
know
to.
before,
Are you asking about what Spider did? What event last year? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
What event last year?
Because you said something, he was over the wall or something.
Yeah, over
Yeah,
the wall
that
was
was-
Boulder Gap, the over the wall competition that we had.
Oh, Falling Gap.
Yeah. So the first year was 6 minutes to get inside Rex, and the second year was 4 minutes to retrieve the item out of Rex, and that was Spider the second year. First year was actually a tie. It was the Venom guy, Radar, and Brian Besterman. It was actually a tie between those two for like 6 minutes 30 or whatever it ended up being, and it was like 4 minutes and 4 minutes 20 or I don't know, something like that for Spider the next year. He retrieved a traffic cone out of there.
That dude shows up the ball, man. Like, he likes Spider-Man, though, apparently.
He's fast, man.
Carnage guy. What Carnage guy? We ain't talking about Carnage guys.
Carnage guy.
We said good players.
Yeah.
What is-
Ryan
what is
Besterman used to be a pro, so he's a good player. Like, Carnage guy. You mean wait,
150.
Is that the Red Venom?
wait, yeah, I think he's talking about Red Venom. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
good
okay.
point.
Now.
Red Venom.
Radar's Red Venom?
Yeah. At the time, they were all still the same.
Bang.
They were still the same at the time.
And yeah, so I guess he's Carnage now. Yeah.
Who?
Radar, the guy over the wall guy for the first year at Fulda that we did it.
What team did you say he was on?
Red Venom.
Ah,
Just say it.
there
Just
we
say
go.
Red Venom.
There we go.
Allegedly. Good stuff.
I would like to thank Jason Mann for giving us a free entry to Gangster's Paradise for the raffle, and also to Eric Harris for giving us 2 free entries at the Black Ops games for the raffle, and also some WM Designs or something gave us a bunch of headbands that nobody wanted. So
Yeah, pretty much.
we threw those out there.
Everyone's like, ooh, he'll throw them away.
No, there was some nice stuff. I like that
I
4WO
apologize.
goggle, 4WO goggle strap.
I apologize for damn Jason Mann voice getting worse like by the minute.
There you
I
go.
yell too much.
Look at
He's
John
got-
Rock the Gibson.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's
Nice.
definitely Andrew Gibson right there.
It's upside
Yep.
down though. Way to be a fucking nerd on TV.
Less ag.
Oh, come
Attention
on,
to
man.
details, not my forte.
Fucking nerd.
I just reverse ag your ass.
Damn
Yeah,
loggers
that's
don't know how to dress.
It's not upside down. It wasn't upside down. This is just a one-off.
I'm not sending dudes. I send
Send
nudes.
dudes.
There are half partial nudes of me posted on Facebook right now from the game.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, there will be more because I'm using that picture and I'm cropping out everything except for your ass.
It's not the first time my ass has been on Facebook.
Oh, and it won't be the last. I promise you.
My ass is still. Hold on. Let me see if I find this real fast. Hold on.
Hold on. I got
I'm
this.
finding this real
That's
fast.
it. Stays
Don't
in my-
Google that, Brandon.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Oh, God.
Boom. All right. So there's a page out there where I'm the cover model to, and I am going to share this screen real fast.
What?
Yes, sir.
Are we having the same conversation right now? We were just talking about your ass, and now we're talking about you're a cover model for something?
I don't know
Is
what's happening.
this you doing that chick's
So-
pose?
So this happened a few years ago because like Carla Andrade, the famous paintball player, speedball player who plays for Mexico,
Yeah.
she posted this sexy ass picture of herself right here, and then I decided to go ahead and
No, you did.
do something a little
Yeah.
less sexy.
Yes, you did.
That's
Yes, you
deep.
did.
Bam! Let me tell you though, that picture right there got me several hundred likes and several dozen new friends on Facebook. Like,
Yes.
My notifications were blowing up for like a week. Like, new friend request, new friend request, new friend request. I'm like, all right, cool.
Sponsored by Chippendale.
Just
But we kind of need to bring this back to like it was
hundreds
just
of.
dude,
Oh
it was
my
dudes
God.
like doing like poses the paintball girls did. Because you know how paintball girls was like, let me be cool.
That's hilarious.
His page isn't really active anymore, but like, yeah, it's like,
Whatever happened
for-
to Kat? Is she still playing?
who?
The one the
Oh,
one
this-
you just showed, Kat Secor.
I don't know,
No.
but she hot as fuck.
The
Well,
other
what
one, the
was
one
it?
that was like doing the crab walk looking thing.
Like
yeah,
the muscle girl?
Kat
I don't
Secor.
know.
Her.
She got a lot of muscle though.
Yeah, she was like a fitness model and a player. She's good. What the hell is that?
Jesus Christ.
Like some of
Stop.
these pictures are great.
No, I don't want to see any more.
Yep, done.
And canceled.
Like, some of these are great though.
Oh.
We need to bring this shit back.
This show's gonna get banned.
Paintball Pinup Bros, if you're out there, WM Customs is looking for sponsors. Oh wait, this is for World Order. This is for World Order.
Like-
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I love it.
WM Customs, if you're out there as well, you can sponsor the show.
We're all just
I love
what we're all sister
I love
brands.
it.
It's all right.
That's hilarious.
Jesus. So basically, what you're telling me is you're being stalked by 60-year-old Latino men now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was a good time for a while.
How come those Juggalo girls aren't on this page?
Juggalo girls.
I feel like some of them might double S.
The insane.
I think they
clown
quit playing
posse
paintball.
lady. They quit paintball.
Yep. There was way too much drama with those girls. Like, I think I'm not gonna name names or anything, but I think whenever you like bring a 13-year-old girl to a game, or however old she wasn't legal age, and you get her drunk, and then make her feel uncomfortable at the game, you kind of like don't exist anymore after that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, is there anybody in the chat from Hellraisers? I want to know which one of you guys shot a paintball through my damn tent. There's a nice little paintball-sized hole in the back of my tent now.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Drive by.
But yeah, like those Juggalo girls, they were going wild for a while, and like they went a little too wild, and there was a video got released of like some verbal abuse on a girl and all kinds of weird different stuff, and like a bunch of accusations about people like prostitution and all kinds of different stuff, and yeah, the underage girl kind of like put a stop to all that shit.
Huh.
It popped off for a little bit.
Way to be a downer, Ben.
Yeah, I know,
Hey,
right? Like, hey,
I
let's talk
remember her
about
name now.
paintball and sin.
They're all burning.
Hey, look, what's that over there?
He couldn't probably change leaving.
That was like
He's like,
that was
out.
like a Mr. Rogers like dip out right there.
I do not pimp. I can't. I can't.
There
pimp
was a
anymore.
bit of a delay on my end. He just disappeared like just now.
Well, I mean, I honestly was confused at first because I'm like, wait, is he talking about PBS or wait what's
guys,
going
we've
on?
done it. We've done it.
I'm
We've
like,
got
oh,
a
no.
room full of Waltz. We've got a room full of Waltz.
A room full of walls.
One Walt.
There it is.
Right.
It was
Missing one
it was
Walt.
a whole thing back in the day, like a few years ago. But yeah, this is a thing.
Let's
Anyway.
tell the Walt story.
You got this one. I'm gonna let you drive on that one.
So at Endgame, well before Endgame, wasn't it? So it was like what, the Friday night?
Friday night.
Yeah, it was Friday
night, yeah.
Yeah.
So we all went. Well, John was like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to head out to like what, Hawaiian barbecue."
Yep.
Yep. So we're like, "Hey, I was like, sweet, I'm not doing anything. Can we come?" And he's just like, "Yeah, I guess." And he was like, "We." Well, we turned out to be like what, six of us?
Five.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
here
Deadpool.
plus Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get to the Hawaiian barbecue place. Lady comes up. Of course, we brought Walt with us by accident, and he was the first one she
No, I
approached.
found you guys there.
She was the first one he approached, unbeknownst to her. She should not have done that. Go ahead, Walt. Come on, hop in.
She asked who was picking up the tab, and
Yeah.
Tim said Walt, and then Walt pointed at me and said, "Thanks, Walt." And I pointed at his. We all ended up being Walt. Then Walt convinced her name was Walt.
She had to look at look at her name tag. She was like, "What?
What? Am I
The
named
lady
Walt?
in the back that I guess owns the restaurant came out and was just like giving like I'm gonna make you work in the back. I was like, let's go right now. I'll go hang out with you in the back. So like I called her bluff and she wouldn't let me go hang out in the back.
He's like, I'll go wash dishes. I'll go chop up some chicken.
Shit, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
No,
it.
the owner. The owner was out there
delicious,
cutting it up
man.
with
I'm
us.
starting licking plates.
Licking
There
plates.
was absolutely nothing Hawaiian about that place besides the fact like they have pineapples on one of the orders. Oh, there you go.
No, it is. It's real Hawaiian food, man. I lived over there when I was a kid, and I mean some of it's just Japanese,
Yeah.
but some of that stuff's straight from over there. They changed owners here recently, but yep.
So if you're ever at Paintball Central, say maybe for one of Ben Painter's games, go get you some Hawaiian barbecue.
I'll lead the way.
Yes, it's quite delicious.
I go every time I'm down there.
I think it's gonna have to be a tradition next time I go down.
There we go. We got a new tradition.
Yeah, good
We're gonna
stuff.
make that lady quit.
She's like, oh no, the Walt's are back.
It'll be like
Oh,
one of those bars overseas where they have no American GIs on the door. It'll be like no paintball players allowed.
There's an Italian place right down the road from Paintball Central. The waitress there loves BBC. Like we found out one day.
Oh yeah.
She got real distracted. Like Mark was like, I forgot what he brought some BBC when he's ordering his fucking like food, and she couldn't come to the table with a straight face anymore. Like I think she gave him her phone number. Like, I was like, dude, you gotta go back and give her that BBC, and like it was a good time.
And that's the assault allegations.
If you go to the Italian restaurant right down the road from Greensboro, tell the waitress you got BBC and you get hooked up.
How do you know it's the right one, or do you just?
It don't matter. It's
just
probably
hope
all
you
of
get
them.
lucky.
It's probably all of them.
I'm just glad Kraken wasn't on here anymore when that came up.
Let me fact check BBC.
No, don't do that.
Let me Google
No.
that for you.
No, don't do that.
The
Yeah,
food
I don't
in September.
I hope there's gonna be food in September. Like Gibson's in charge of getting all the damn food trucks. I did too. What else to there? Gibson's
I
pretty.
heard
good
the
dude.
one was banging.
Dude, those ladies that come up there, they used to be at Boss all the time. Like they make some good ass food.
Hell yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
go to
that
those
game was
places, but
fun, man. I enjoyed the heck out of that whole
Yeah,
event.
That was a fun game.
I've had a good year of paintball so far, and like I got another game to come up to in a few weeks. It's part of the spring trifecta. It's a third leg where you can win a Ripper EMAC, a control loader, and the brand new red ice profile. Look at me, I'm doing it this time.
Easy, dude. You're going to take Tim's job.
It's about time. It's about time you got on board, Ben Painter.
Jason Mann's game called Gangster's Paradise, which has an awesome player party after Saturday night where you get to go to a casino and spend money that you won during the game or he gave you.
Oh, and
then
I gotta say,
Coolio?
man, talking earlier about unique games and stuff like that. The Endgame, Tim's game, Virginia, North Carolina, and I did Gangster's Paradise last year. I'm unfortunately unable to make it this year because of a obligation with one of my kids. But they're no miss games. Like you got to do them. They're so unique in their own ways. The Gangster's Paradise game has got these the role players, the way that the scripting is laid out, the camaraderie of the casino night is something that's just completely different from what most of us have experienced. And not only the fact that you get to do that, but it's game points. Like you're actually gambling game points. So when you're off field chilling with everybody and having a good time and drinking beers or whatever you choose to drink, or whatever, you're having fun, but you're still in the game. There are definitely no missed games. I really wish I could make it, but it's not going to happen for me. But anybody who's already made the first two, you need to make gangsters for sure.
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna try to get up there. I think my brother was talking to me about possibly doing that one. We're kind of back and forth on a few things on that, but I think I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try to get.
Yeah, I mean, I highly encourage it. Like I've told other other players and teammates, look, I know I'm not gonna make it, but if you can get down there, get down there. It's it's a different animal. All three of these games. That's what's really cool. We ended up with 3 different producers and 3 different games, and totally different from each other, and all working together. We're extremely blessed to have the number of games in striking distance that we have. Not only these 3 games, but then we're lucky we've got CPXs within striking distance too, and it's gets hectic, gets busy. But and Pete's that 100 game that he's doing, that sounds really cool. I don't know if y'all have looked at that much, but it's going to be kind of like a fun open day, doing different games, and he's including a jersey and a patch and dinner, I think, and a case of paint for like $150, something like that.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
And of course the camping, but we almost get sensory overload because we can go in just a few hours in any direction to these kick-ass games. We're extremely blessed.
Even though Virginia was 4.5 hours for me, but whatever.
Yeah.
I just stopped 3 times on the way home because I was tired as fuck.
My typical drive, Greensboro is right at 2. That's my short drive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's about 4 to Fayetteville, 4 to Hickory.
I think just over 3 hours Fayetteville. It's just over 3 hours from Fayetteville to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
hey, I don't know if I'm allowed to plug, but TFL, we're hosting Iron Siege. And
Denied.
That
hit the mute button.
And he cut his mic. Look at that. He just did.
I'm just joking, Walt.
Wow, he did himself. Good job, Walt. I want to plug some stuff real fast. Out.
Yeah. Let me just do this before I dip.
So I actually had to pull up. I actually had to pull up the.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit!
So I didn't know I was gonna do that. I went to go pull up the date to make sure I was telling you guys right. But that was perfect timing.
That was perfect timing. It really was.
Nice.
Oh my god, dude! I gotta get it together. Hold on.
Oh man! Hey, did y'all see that little kid at Virginia, North Carolina? He was running around in an olive, padded vest. Little bitty guy.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh my god, dude. I can't look. He was over at the wait, you talking about on Virginia's team, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So no joke, dude. That little kid was at the registry, right. Dude, he was walking up to people. He was like, "Hey, what side are you on? What side are you on?" And it was me and the guy from Texas with the white Jeep. I'm having trouble remembering his name right now. But we were standing there. And we're like, "Oh, we're North Carolina," and the guy was like, "Oh, well, I'm from Texas, but I'm playing for North Carolina." And he gave us the stink eye. Well, me, I'm just joking around with him. I'm like, "What's up? Square up, kid." So he turns around and looks at me like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Whoa, all right, man, all right, dude."
Hey, that little guy got a noodle drop.
Nice.
Bro, that little kid was badass, man. That little kid was awesome.
Yeah, you're right, Joseph. He was right. He was camped right next door to us. I ended up talking to them. Yep, 3 foot tall. The vest almost hit him in the knees. Mic drop kid. Yeah, he ran right up there. I watched him go up, drop it in the bucket, turn around, and go back for another. I was like, this kid. I was surprised to find out later on it was their second time ever playing. Him and his
Nice.
his older brother, They're from Dinwiddie. The older brother actually led us on a mission because he had been down to where the mission was going to go. Second time out there. And we said, well, we need someone who knows where this is. And he said, I know where it is. So he led us down there. Has a new family of players right there, which is kind of what we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Two brothers and the dad were out there for their second time ever playing.
That's
and,
awesome.
That was the experience they got, and they're hooked.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good stuff,
Cool.
man.
Come on, Walt. What you got?
Let's see here. Still trying to find it. All right,
Iron
here we go. Hold
Siege.
on. Yeah, all right, yeah, here we go. So I want to make sure I'm telling everybody the right times and everything. So this is going to be like a big, damn.
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
here we go. Hold on. All right,
What are you
here we
doing?
go.
Balancing your phone on a beer can? It keeps rolling off.
Actually,
Man.
yes, that's exactly what I'm doing to try to make sure it stays off. Because I've got this one here, but I got to make sure, So our boss man, Chris, Ace, he's been planning out this mission based. It's a heavy mission based game. It's basically going to be like a long game. I want to say it's like 38 hours out in the woods. And it's going to have role play, op for it. Yeah, man, it's strictly mag fed. It's actually got a lot of roles that actually have to do with like you actually have to have proper roles. It's going to have like op 4. It's going to have different scenario players, as in like you'll have like kind of like role players like Gangster's Paradise and things like that. It's going to be an awesome game. Let me try to pull up some more details. I want to make sure I get it right.
36 hours. That's a long time.
Yeah. 36 hours full immersion game. So it's going to have like I don't know if you're familiar with Platoon Leader, but it's going to be very similar to that, but a little bit of a different story arc.
Yeah.
It's going to be September 22nd to 24th at Black Ops, if anybody's interested in signing up. And it's going to be like the full military experience. Like, I mean, you have to have mag fed. You have to, you're going to be given roles. Like, you might be set on a sniper unit. You might be set on an assault unit. Like, it's going to be very cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's got some $50 registration here. If you can run round ball through your mags if you want to. First strike is optional. It's $199 for a case of first strike, $50 for a bag, $55 for a case of round ball, $50 registration. Totally your choose on whatever you run.
You said it was $99 for a case of first strike?
No, $199.
No, $199.
$199. Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I might have misspoke. If you guys got that, sorry.
Well, that's why I was like, hold on. That's super cheap.
It's just giving it away, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be an awesome game, and I got to make that shout out for Chris. He's been putting his heart and soul into this. It's going to be an awesome game. And heck, even if you don't want to go out there and actually like be part of that unit, try to reach out to him, see if there's any like role play spots or op 4 spots. I'm sure he can work you in, man, because it's going to be like a heavily kind of it's going to be very, very scenario. Like there's going to be a lot of like, other things behind the scenes that we could use for.
Yeah, even if it's $199 for a case of first strikes, that's a really good price.
That is a great price for just a full case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said that's September or something?
September 23rd. Hold on one second. Damn it. I just closed it.
No, that's good. Cool.
Yeah. I know we had a
I really just wanted to
whenever I
see
was
that chick
making the
going
banner.
again. That's what it was.
Yeah. Let's see here. I got it. I made the banner, and then we immediately had to like stop and fix it because we had the dates wrong. 22nd through the 24th of September. Yeah, in Fayetteville. So it'll be at the Black Ops that we do Bones and Ashes at.
Cool.
And from what I understand, there will be tanks, other things like that. I think we're even going to be doing motorized tanks. Don't quote me on it, but I think I remember reading something about motorized tanks.
Huh.
So do you have to stay on the field the entire time for 36 hours?
So if it is similar to platoon leader, there will be a group that does have to stay out there for that entire time. The role players will be able to come on and off, and be called for. Like, there's going to be times where there's down times for the role players. There'll be times where there's down time for the Op 4 unit. And with that will be like kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, we need you guys to go over to, I don't know, what's trenches, for example. Let's say if there's a mission at trenches, they might say, okay, we need you guys over here and we need you to act like you're planting explosives or do something to where if they walk up on you and they see you, it's like kind of similar to like how they do with platoon leader. If you're not familiar, a lot of times the players are left in the dark about what they're about to walk into. They don't know if they're walking into a hostile territory or a friendly territory. So they have to go in kind of being like, okay, like, what's the deal here? Are you guys up to no good? Are you guys just locals doing everyday local stuff? Make sure that they ask the proper questions. There could be a spy amongst the group. It's real covert ops. Like the platoon leader game, for example, they would actually separate individual role players and they'd ask us questions. And if things didn't line up, would get suspicious and kind of keep an eye on a certain character. We were by design there to kind of throw them off. And there was one character that actually had intel. So they had to go around to each individual person, figure out who that person was with intel, isolate that person, ask the right questions to proceed with their next mission. And if they didn't figure it out, that's a mission that they couldn't get done. So it deals with like real life consequences. If you go off script and you start acting foolish and you don't put that time into figuring out like what you need to be doing, you're going to mess up your entire game. It's not going to play out well. We had something like that happen at Platoon Leader. We had a gentleman kind of go off script. He completely like wouldn't negotiate in a time to where he needed to negotiate, and it ended up throwing off a lot of the game. So it's really by design. Like, you kind of got to use your smarts. You kind of got to isolate people and kind of be like, okay, hey, what do you do on an everyday basis? Who do you run into? Have you seen any strange people around your village? And if they say, oh yeah, there was a gentleman here the other day. He told me his name was, I don't know, Jose, for example. Okay, well, what did he look like? Oh, he didn't look like he was from around here. So now you've got a foreigner that wasn't in that area that made sense. So now you've got intel on that person. So it's going to be similar to that aspect, but kind of drawn out over a 36-hour period.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool stuff.
That sounds like a completely different experience.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
I know that Platoon Leader was a lot of fun last year. We're going to be actually doing that with Road Patriots again this year at Fulda, or at the same field as Fulda. So
Command Decisions. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to give that a shout out too. If anybody's interested in doing anything with that, reach out to Paul from Road Patriots.
Popeye.
He'll give you, Popeye. He'll give you info. And if you want in on that Iron Siege gauge, reach out to Ace Chris. He's easy to find on Facebook. We usually tag him in most things. Let's see. Yeah. If you reach out to him or reach out to me or Justin, we'll set you up. We'll get you, like, heck, even 9-ball. Reach out to one of us and we'll set you up with all you need to know.
Exciting stuff going on in our world right now, man. We got some cool games to choose from and hit for sure.
Nice. Sounds like we need to get Chris and Popeye on here.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I can let Chris know that you guys would be willing to talk about it, because I mean, dude, he knows it inside and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Oh yeah. And he's been actually making.
Can you buy a
He's got a bunch of PDFs that he's been writing. Like, just on what I can see, he's got like deployment orders, operation manual, player agreements, player handbook, target packages, things like that. Like, I mean, he's putting a lot of time into this. So yeah.
What a nerd.
Love you, boss.
Oh my.
You got to bow Val to spell his name, man. That's all I know.
I do have a little bit of news. I talked to. I guess I could say this. I don't see anything wrong with it. I talked to Fenway the other day, and where they had talked about their website being live April 1st, they ran into a snag, but it is still in the works, hopefully in the next few weeks. So be on the lookout for that to happen, and support your boys like they support us.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Need to come down and fix my damn hot tub. Still waiting on that shit. No, Rob, no one is going to go to a fucking game called Herpes versus AIDS 2024.
Jesus, dude.
Not gonna happen.
Down. Broke the beer bottle.
That's his first production,
the game where nobody wins.
A game where hey man, Black Ops is putting on a paintball game. We should take the kids to it. What's it called? Herpes versus AIDS? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Let's never go back to that field again and bring our kids ever again.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Him is too damn busy. He's got to organize North Carolina versus Canada.
Not to mention, half the props for that game would probably be illegal in most states.
Valtrex.
Oh my god.
Yes, Canada versus North Carolina. You heard it here first. We're all going north. We're going to eat some poutines. We're going to have some cold ass strippers on our laps. We're going to have fun. Make fun of Grizzly Bear.
Well, I mean, we can make it happen. We had some sponsors.
Oh.
Hey, now.
Uh-oh. That's the magic word right there.
I'll rep up there in Canada. I'm like, what's up? What's up,
What's
A?
up? What up, A? Sorry,
what's your purpose of visiting Canada? Drugs. Oh, wait, never mind.
No.
We
And
want
done.
your Canadian
It's in
women.
the back.
And then the next year it's going to be North Carolina versus Mexico.
Oh my God! Stop.
North Carolina versus everybody.
North Carolina versus Florida.
We can talk to Reaper. He does his Germany games. North Carolina versus Germany.
There you go.
We'll be doing the world a favor again. Keeping the Germans in line.
I don't know. I heard about us going to Florida. I mean, going to Hawaii. Hawaii was bad enough. Apparently, they take it pretty serious over there.
Ooh.
I'd like to do that one, but I don't know. That's a long ways, and
Dude, that is a flight and a half.
it is.
Yeah.
If I go to Hawaii, I'm not playing paintball. I'm just gonna hang out on the beach all the time.
Well, I think that from my understanding, they play, but they also understand that a lot of people want to do that, so they kind of gear it to let you.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of doing the same thing. Rob's going. What's up?
If Rob's going, then that means he can go to Canada.
It
makes no sense. Whatever. It makes sense to me. I said it.
Hawaii is a part of America.
I know it made sense when I said it, but it didn't make sense after I said it. It was one of those things. Like, man, okay. Look, we can sneak into Canada. It happens. That's the best thing about it. If we do North Carolina versus Mexico, we just sneak over the border and we come back. It's easy.
They won't let us back.
No.
Look, it's easy. North Carolina versus Puerto Rico. That would be the greatest one. Let's take a Puerto Rico trip, guys.
First of all, with a lot of the mouth that goes on in paintball, we will be pretty much done because the cartel is not going to deal with it. They're just going to be like, okay, you, and you, come here.
Yeah, there'd
And
be
none
some.
of us are going to know when to shut up.
They'd find some corpses in 55-gallon drums. Like, I don't know who this person was, but they're wearing a pod pack.
That's a really great prop.
We just can't go to Juarez. We're good.
Yeah.
The first mission of it. Hey, you know, speaking of getting across the border, sneaky ass hitman. You know, he was out there behind enemy lines all by himself a good part of the weekend. I was down towards the lower end of the field, and I walked out there to look at some crops, and I picked up my mic and keyed it up to tell Scott, hey, we're going to go back here and take, and whap, 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 I got lit up. Well, not lit up, I got shot. And then another player got shot, and then Hitman got shot. He was laying down not even 35 yards from where we'd been for 20 minutes or longer. The patience of that man to sit there laying in the leaves just so he could shoot the guy with the radio is something else.
Yeah, he was on their scout team, one of their scout teams they had.
That's
a
impressive.
good spot for him.
Yep.
Got to give him a shout out. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it really was. And the first one, he jumped up and he said, "You're not allowed to talk." Our mobile spawn was right behind the barrels. "You're not allowed to talk. You're not," because he knew, you know, guys will talk on the radio after they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
And what it was, he actually heard Scott talking to me. He was napping. Found a nice cushy spot in the leaves.
You woke him up.
Well, I'm glad he didn't sneak up on me then. Glad all I got was
Finally,
shot.
some peace and quiet.
Oh my God.
How great would it have been if you had to like sneak off to take a piss real quick and he like woke up and he's like, ah!
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Good
9:28, Ben. Do we need to wrap this up?
Yeah, should probably do that. I got
2.5 hours.
Yep.
Well, I think we've covered the trifecta. We've covered our games. We covered this 36-hour MagFed game. We talked about drugs and Viagra, apparently.
Yep.
Somebody said Folda earlier, so I think we covered everything.
I think so.
I've busted out like 3 memes since we've been up here, so I'm good for tomorrow.
He's on a roll.
I'm gonna go let my dogs out and process this. So
there you go.
Check us out if you want to watch later. Check it on Facebook.
There you go.
It's the 4WO shit show with a 4 instead of the I. If you want to look on YouTube or Spotify, shit show with an exclamation point instead of an I, because they didn't like it. I don't know why.
Yep. Hey, living an appeal, keeping it real right here. 4WO shit show. Come on.
Share, like, follow, click all those boxes for us, and
or don't. I don't blame you.
Yeah, you gotta watch with the when you got kids and you got the Spotify. And my son's like, "Can I play a song, Dad?" "Yeah, sure. Here you go." Hand him my phone. "What's shit show, Dad?"
Disregard.
We're not listening to that, son.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just waiting until the podcast is over. The kids are like, "All right, you owe us $3.75 in quarters for the first hour. You owe us $9 for the second half."
If anybody has any suggestions for people we need to have on the show, hit us up. We can do shows that aren't paintball, so that's cool too, right?
Yeah, whatever, man.
I'm an expert in everything, so just hit me up. We talk about open
thanks
heart
for
surgery.
having me, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah,
I appreciate
always a pleasure.
wasting 2.5 hours of your life.
Anytime.
And
anytime you need another face, just let me know. I'm jumping on.
Awesome. And I appreciate everybody watching.
Yeah, if we can't find anybody else, we'll call you, Walt.
Support us so we keep doing
Walt
this stuff.
crew.
I'm out. And